Hello, this is Sticker, and I'm playing Coda Massaquoi, the Scion of Dionysus.
Hi there, my name is Damien Gerard, and I'll be playing Kris Strom, the Scion of Artemis.
Hello, I'm Gary, and I'll be playing Oliver Bright, the Scion of Ogma.
Hello, I'm Cyan, and I'm playing Sarah Baxter, the Scion of Vidar.
And I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I will be your storyteller for the evening. Hello, players. It's been a little bit. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
It is good to be back.
In our last episode, you guys went and met a seer, a sibyl to be exact, who gave you all personal portents as well as an overall group prophecy. Talking about ancients wanting to break free from their prisons and wanting to rule again. You left there, and as soon as you were outside of the cave, you got the news that your friends, Nett and Moira and Karim, had been on a mission to protect several unawakened Scions. And they were on a mission to protect several unawakened Scions and were ambushed. Moira turned back to buy Nett and Karim time to get the new Scions to safety, but unfortunately did not make it out alive. You found this out at the same time that you found out that you had lost 5 days in that cave. What had only felt like hours to you had been days outside. Nett requested that she was going to get an address to you, and that you would be that you go and you meet up with a friend of hers to retrieve some supplies that friend was keeping for her, because she was going to need you to help her and Karim finish another mission now that they were a man down. You visited a museum to see an Egyptian display there. And you met up with Artemis, who bought you authentic Greek food, and had a discussion with all of you about your last fight and the things that you had learned from your trip to the Sibyl. You also had the opportunity to meet Hermes, who delivered the address to this friend of Nett's. And I believe that that's where we left off. I don't think I left anything out, but it's been 2 weeks and I was a little high on cold medication at the time. So if I'm missing anything, please feel free to fill me in.
We visited that museum, didn't we?
Yes, I did mention the museum.
You did.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the eyeball opened.
Yes, and Mr. Cat was sent off to make contact with Bastet on Coda's behalf. Following all of this, you all had an evening. I believe it was late afternoon, around the time you guys left the museum. You all now have an address to someone that you need to go see. Or not left the museum, but left meeting Artemis. You all now have an address that you need to go to pick up some things for Nett. You and you know that you have a mission, so to speak, coming up. So, what do you guys want to do first? Do you want to take the evening to rest or see the city? Do you want to go get the stuff now?
That's a good question. Probably best we confer as a group. It might be wise to get the stuff we need to get now, so that's, well, we get it quickly and nothing happens to it, just in case if we wait too long and something does happen to it. On the other hand, though, a rest might be nice. Sort of responsibility versus leisure here.
Yeah, I think we just get the stuff now. Because
Yeah,
otherwise,
agree.
I feel like we're gonna sit here like, oh, well, what if something happens to it? And I don't know.
Also, every time we stop to rest, something terrible seems to happen, so...
That is a pattern. And yes, I agree. Let's go get these supplies or the package or whatever it is we need to get first.
Well, who's driving?
I think I got the keys, so I'll drive.
Okay. So you all are going to pick up the package? Is that my understanding?
Yes.
All right. You all look into the address that you were given. And the address is outside of the city, kind of in a remote area. It's probably going to be about an hour and a half out there, maybe an hour and a half back. It looks like it might be some sort of a farm. The drive there doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly difficult, but it is lengthy.
I think it'd be nice to rest on a farm.
I don't like that it's in the middle of nowhere, like the motel.
Bad things tend to happen in the middle of nowhere, but rest on a farm, do you propose we stay there or?
No. We should just get the stuff and like go somewhere else. But maybe it's good it's kind of in the middle of nowhere because that means no one else can possibly get hurt.
That is true. And seeing as it'll take us a while to get there, hear me out. H.G. Wells, The Island of Dr. Moreau.
You listen to whatever you want. I found my AirPods. They were at the bottom of my back.
You wounded
Sure,
me.
why not?
Thank you. Kris, any objections? You
Say
take this.
again?
Any objections?
No, none.
All right. Island of Dr. Moreau it is.
All right. With the latest book chosen by Oliver queued up on the radio, or on the car's sound system, and Sarah's AirPods firmly in her ears to save her from having to listen to yet another audiobook, you all set out. It's a relatively peaceful drive. Not a whole lot happens. You get to see some beautiful Georgia scenery. And eventually you pull up to a rather nondescript looking piece of farmland. It is big. There is quite a bit of tree cover as you come in. Like the front end of the farm is mostly just trees. Looks more like a forest than an orchard. But as you get further in, you find yourself on what turns out to be a relatively sprawling piece of land. And you could see a number of people out in a field. They don't look like they're like laborers. They look like they're just sort of tending to things in general. But they don't look like they have to work particularly hard at it. They're more walking among the plants and occasionally stopping to like touch a leaf or bend to like pick a weed or something like that. But that's about it. The farmhouse itself is one of those like technically 3-story farmhouses, but it's really like 2 with like an attic, like a big attic over the top. It looks well kept, but not super up to date. It looks like somebody, has basically just been taking care of it. And maybe occasionally doing small updates, but nothing like huge. There's no big overhaul of anything. So it's got that very like historical feel to it. As you pull up along this long kind of winding driveway, the people in the fields kind of like their heads kind of pop up and turn to look at you for a moment, and then they go back to what they're doing.
So, does the address say where we're supposed to pick it up, who we're supposed to talk to, or just that we should be here?
I don't know. Here, you have a look at the paper. I'm driving.
All right, I'll look at it and assume it's just the address. Right?
It's just the address. It doesn't specifically say, but like the only buildings you can see are like there's like some barns and the house, and it looks like there might be another like smaller house like off in the distance, but it's a ways off.
Well, I guess we should check out that farmhouse then.
Question. What's the moon like right now?
Pretty normal. Not full, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you guys aren't getting any particularly bad vibes or anything like that. This is just a farm. Seems like, anyway.
For now.
Cool. So then I'll hold off before I do my scout out the area deal. Actually, you know what? Coda's gonna ask the group, do you guys think I should do my moon thing and scout out the area before we get too close?
Yeah, why not?
Practice couldn't hurt.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. She's gonna roll down the window a little bit and kind of stick her head out and like look for the moon. And then I will do tidal interference. Or no, not tidal interference.
I was going to say, that's not what that does.
Yeah, I meant smoking moon. And I just spend a legend to do that.
Yep. So you look up at the moon and focus on it. And as you do, your eyes kind of go this kind of shimmering silvery white like a moon. At the same time that you find your vision looking down on the farm. What you can see is sprawling fields of what you, Coda, immediately realize once you have a better look at it, is almost all weed.
What?
And the people walking among it is a handful of women, but they do not, like with a better look at them, they do not look like normal people. For one, they are too pretty. Two, it takes you a moment, but you realize that occasionally you will catch glimpses of skin that looks like it might actually give way to like bark or leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And their hair looks like it might be made out of like leaves and has like flowers in it.
Okay.
Other than that, there isn't a whole lot else to see. It's, barns and fields and
Okay. No giant dogs, though.
no giant dogs.
Okay. Cool. Coda's gonna like snicker
You do
to her.
spot a few cats, but that's pretty normal on a farm.
Okay. Aw. Coda's gonna kind of be chuckling to herself and then stick her head back in and go, okay, so there's definitely something weird here. Well, maybe I shouldn't say weird now that we're entering a world where... Anyways, so this farm is entirely weed. But
no.
yeah, it's kind of awesome, pretty sick. There's a lot out there. Unfortunately, we can't really feel the effects. But anyways, the ladies out there that's doing most of the farming, not normal at all. They kind of have like bark-ish, leafy skin and like flowery hair, and they kind of look almost like what was that lady that helped us at one point? No, her parent was... I can't whatever. Most of them just look kind of like super attractive. And I mean, like, yes, like women are attractive in general, but like they look like too attractive.
Huh.
Sound like dryads. Maybe.
Excuse me?
Dryads, they're a kind of nature spirits. They sort of embody a certain type of plant. Normally
Are
like
they murderers?
trees or typically no. At least I can't remember any myths or fables where they murder, at least not in Greek mythology, although there might be some. I can't say for sure.
So they decided to embody weed? That's sick.
I guess so.
How do I get that ability? But yeah, that's all I see out there for now. I don't see any giant wolves or women with blonde hair. Well, besides what I just said.
All right, then I imagine it's safe to approach, at least on the surface.
Yep.
Are you pulling up? Kris?
I'm going to go to the barn first, I think, because it's on the way, right?
There is a barn. It's kind of like, basically you'd be pulling up between the barn and the house.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go to the house.
Okay. You guys pull up, cut off the car. You see the women that were out in the field kind of pause again and kind of look back at you, and one of them starts wandering in your direction. At the same time, the front door of the house opens, and a light flicks on the porch. And standing there is a man who looks like he's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. Messy blonde hair. A t-shirt. And kind of like ill-fitting baggy jeans. And he's got like really scruffy facial hair. Not a bad looking guy, but definitely a guy who looks like he might have just like rolled out of bed or just hasn't really bothered to do much with himself today. And he sort of like walks over with a blunt kind of like hanging from his lips, like not even trying to hide it.
Are we still in the car, or have we gone out at this point?
That's up to you.
Yeah, pull up. Turn the engine off, get out.
Yeah. Climb on out, and I'll sort of give a wave. Hello, we were given an address to come here and pick something up.
Oh, Nett's friends, I take it.
Yes.
Cool. Nice to meet you. Do you have names, Nett's friends?
Oliver.
Should I just...
Kris.
Sarah.
Coda. Nice farm you got here.
Ah, thanks. I've been working on it for the past few months. It's coming along pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oliver, Kris, Sarah, Coda, Damon, and he'll kind of like, do that like hand on his chest thing. Oh, God. I've just realized that they haven't been able to hear a thing I've been saying on the stream. I apologize, guys.
Oh.
Oliver, Kris, Sarah, Coda, Damon. Says the scruffy blonde-haired guy with the weird facial hair or the scruffy facial hair and the kind of ill-fitting clothes. My name's Damon. Yeah, I got the stuff inside. Are you guys hungry? Have you had dinner?
That'd be nice.
We ate a few hours ago, but guess it's been a while.
We could
Cool.
eat.
Cool. Come on in. Mi casa es su casa. And he kind of turns and heads back towards the house. I'm Scion of Dionysus, by the way.
I was going to ask.
That adds up.
Yeah. Let's yeah. And he'll sort of head inside, and you realize that while the outside of this house is very much like dated and kind of historical, the inside is a little bit more up to date. There are like there's like a big screen TV that like dominates one wall, a really nice couch, like all of the latest and greatest gaming systems, and what looks like a gaming PC that is dedicated just to this TV. You can see that there's like a VR headset in the corner and all that. And like when he leads you through this kind of large living room, he leads you into like a kitchen. And the kitchen is pretty up to date too, and big. It's definitely like a big like family style kitchen. But what it might be the most surprising thing is that you would expect a stoner den to be kind of grungy and not terribly well cleaned. While this place isn't spotless, it's very clean. Everything looks very well taken care of.
This
is
place is sick.
Yes, ditto.
Yeah, nice.
So, does what you grow work for Scions?
Kinda. Yeah, I mean, yeah, most of it. It's kind of only works because of the girls, though. Like, if it were just me, it would be really hard to get it to be strong enough for most of us.
Interesting.
If that's the case, what does it do to like regular people?
Oh, I don't sell that stuff to the shops. The shops get the stuff that's out on the back half. That's normal.
How much do you sell for? Or
I
I guess
make-
what do
I-
you sell for?
I make a pretty penny.
But
I
I
don't-
think we
I don't want
should
to
focus our
brag.
Right. We have missions. Do some missions.
well that, and I was also going to say our funds are immense but finite, so let's keep it focused on stuff for the mission.
I mean, if you guys are friends of Nett's, I can send you away with a couple of blunts. It's not gonna hurt me any.
That would
Yeah.
be absolutely great.
Yeah, stop being a narc.
If that, never mind.
I'll get it to you before you leave. As for the package, and he'll kind of, pause in the middle of what he's doing. And it's obvious that he has a certain level of ADD because he was like in the middle of like, putting a big pot of water on the stove and pulling stuff out of cabinets and out of the fridge and all this other stuff. And the second he talks about the package, he just stops everything and leaves the room. The water is still running in the sink. The pot is like on the stove, but not on the eye that he turned on. But eventually he comes back with what looks like a one of those old like wooden crate boxes that like produce used to come in. And then there's another smaller box on top of it that's made out of just cardboard.
Do we get to know what it is exactly?
Yeah, but you gotta promise not to eat them, because Nett sounded like she was pretty hard up, and we're a little low. We gotta make another run, and it's gonna be a hot minute, I think, before she feels up to making that particular trip again. 100 armed monsters aren't exactly easy to fight, you know?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What?
Did you just say 100 armed monsters?
Yeah.
It's another Greek thing. I don't remember the name of them, but they are like a monster in Greek mythology.
What? Okay.
I think they made really good tools. Maybe. Anyway,
Well, what is
sure
it?
We won't eat any.
They're apples from Hera's garden. And he'll kind of like take the little box off the top and open up the top of it. And there are these apples that look perfectly formed and perfectly round and red. But like as you look at them, the light hits them in a way where occasionally they look just this side of gold. But then they'll go back to being red when you blink. So one of these, you get into a nasty fight and you're banged up. Like a bite from one of these could probably heal most like minor stuff.
Wow.
And this, and he'll pat the little box, is the latest round for her vape that I made.
So you make her stuff.
I make the inserts, and only because I got taught how to. I'm not really a fighter, definitely more of a lover, but I'm pretty good with chemistry.
You're gonna make a good friend with Bastet's daughter. That's me. Because, looks like you make good product. But we can talk about this later.
Welcome, little cat lady. And then he'll kind of close the box and put the little box back on top of it. You guys notice that both boxes are emblazoned or stamped with what looks like a cornucopia, but instead of like fruit and vegetables pouring out of it, it's a weed. Just pot leaves coming out of it instead. And he'll sort of he'll sit down for a minute at like the island before he realizes that there is food that looks like he has started but he hasn't finished, and he'll go, oh shit, right. And he'll make his way back over and turn the light off. Turn the water off and return to what he was doing. So How's things? You guys are new, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very.
We
Yeah,
have
Nett
stuff.
mentioned that you were new to the game. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that we got our stuff, so not as new, but I'm not familiar with the timelines of these kinds of things, so she'll just shrug.
We're
Well,
less than a month new.
oh shit, yeah, you guys are babies. Well, welcome. You, and he'll kind of point at Kris.
Yeah.
I think Nett said something about Artemis, right?
Yeah, that's right.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she seems it.
She's badass. I dig her, and her music's really good. She doesn't super approve of the operation, but that's fine. We all
she
have our
doesn't have to.
calling. We all have our calling.
Yeah.
I protect the girls, and they make me money. Great.
So you like their pimp?
No. No. They keep the plants growing. I don't get into.
Oh, okay.
That's what they were born to do. And couldn't stop them. But we got them off of the fucking islands and away from the giant with the too many hands, and so
A little bit handsy, was he?
a little bit. You know, what was really funny was we went because I wanted soil. Because I thought that there was something in the soil that made the apples grow the way that they do and made them as strong as that they are. Nope. The soil's just dirt. They grow like that because nymphs.
Well, fair enough.
That was the
Much to
term.
be.
I mean, there's a couple different terms for them.
I
but
use dryad.
Dryad's also correct. Nymph, dryad, all basically the same thing. There's like, I don't know, 20 different kinds of nymphs or something like that. I
Right,
think.
like the nymph, it would be like the umbrella term, but dry would be like a subsection of said term.
Yeah, and then even that it even gets more specific from there. Like there's Amalthea, which is and a Perenna and Arethusa and Calypso and Creusha and Echo and Egeria and Harmonia and he kind of like rattles off this incredibly long list of names that nobody who is as high as he seems to be should be able to remember, but he does.
I recognize some of those names. Those were specific dryads, right?
Some of them is just a name of the type of dryad. Or type of nymph, I should say. There's a lot. The family tree is complicated.
That seems to be the norm these days for us.
And it's about this time when the back door opens and 3 women walk in, and they are otherworldly. They've got the bark-like skin and the leafy hair, but they also look very human, like not uncanny valley, like something about the way that they are put together. It's like it's perfect, despite how weird they look at the same time, if that makes sense. It is one of those things that is, you're like, this shouldn't be beautiful, but it is. It's fucking gorgeous. It's like somebody plucked everything that is good out of nature and formed it into a person. And they look very happy to see everybody. One of them, without missing a beat, kind of makes her way over and throws an arm around Kris's shoulder and slides her way into his lap. Hi.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
The day's looking up.
Are you here for dinner?
I am now.
Perfect. One of the others walks over and kind of sidles up next to Oliver so that like the side of her body is pressed against him, but she doesn't put an arm around him. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Pretty good. You're cute.
I just start rapidly blinking.
You've got this whole like smart like TV teacher vibe going, and I dig it.
Thank you.
Welcome. And the third one walks over and just throws her arms around Sarah and Coda's shoulders. Sorry for my sisters. They can be a lot.
Well,
I don't think I've ever seen Oliver turn that shade of red. It's endearing almost.
I'm looking around the table for help.
She does not seem to notice that anybody else is talking about you and her. She is all focus on you, Oliver. And the dryad in Kris's lap is the same.
and names?
Yeah, we do. I am, and I'm looking for my fucking list because I found names for them. My apologies. I'm Thetis. That's Asterope, and that's Hygeia. There are a few more outside, but they're busy.
Well, nice to meet you. And your sisters.
Nice to meet you too.
So you're eating with us too? Or what makes the... I'm Coda.
Hi, Coda. She's got like a big grin on her face. It's all flirt.
So, what makes the weed special when you guys do it? Is it like your magic or essence?
Kinda. I mean, okay, so I don't understand like the technical side of things, but basically, we are concentrated nature, essentially. So everything that we touch, if it can grow and thrive, will. We can rein it back a little bit, but like I can't completely stop it. Like there's always flowers everywhere that I go.
Interesting.
But I can keep it from becoming completely overrunning. Like, you know, the back of the house has some vines that grow up it, but I've managed to keep them from going through the walls.
That's likely helpful.
I never really had to worry about it before until we moved here, but I like this house and I don't want it to get messed up. And Damon's like, I also like my house and would like it to not get messed up.
Huh.
And he kind of turns and sees the girls all over everybody, and he's just like, oh. Maybe, girls, you should give them some breathing room?
No, this is fine.
No, I'm good, thanks. Ollie's good too.
The one that is hanging out with Oliver is completely ignoring him. Like, just does not care about the implication that she should, give him space or leave him alone. She is enjoying how flustered Oliver is.
Apples, right? We are picking those up and taking them back, and then what are we doing?
I don't know, but you should hang out here for a while.
Yeah, we got Molly.
Yeah, we got the night, and then we just head out to Nett afterwards.
The night. I don't know if we can stay the night there. There's probably not enough guest rooms, right?
We can share. Everything's fine, man.
Yeah, sure. Is it really hot in here for anyone else?
No.
Nah.
Not really, no.
Great.
Yeah. Do you have extra room here, Damon?
Oh, yeah, we got a few. This place is meant for a lot more people. The girls don't really sleep, not the way that we do, so that they don't really need rooms. They have like one room where they keep their clothes and stuff.
They don't sleep. Okay.
Not the normal way. Not the way that like people do. They turn into like plants and stuff.
Oh, I see.
The one that is in Kris's lap kind of leans in and like stage whispers, "Between you and me, we don't even normally wear that much clothes, but he made us get dressed because he knew you were coming."
God damn. Okay. No, I understand. Hey, that reminds me. Hey, Ollie, you're hot. Why don't you take your coat off, man? Relax a little bit.
Oh, no. I think I'm
It's a
good
great
with
idea.
Yeah. Loosen your tie, man. Come on.
I don't wear a tie, but if I was, I would be tightening it right now.
The nymph that is next to Oliver is like gently trying to peel the coat off of his shoulders now.
There's like some hesitant resistance, but ultimately it's just like
you need to relax. We're gonna have a great time.
I'm normally very relaxed.
Yeah, real relaxed.
I am most relaxed when I am reading a nice book.
You're one of the most relaxed people I've ever met, Ollie. Come on.
You should share an audiobook with what's the name of the the nymph that's with Oliver again? Asteropos?
Asterope.
Yeah, you should share one of your audiobooks with her and relax further.
Well, that sounds like fun, and I could give you a shoulder rub.
Yeah, he needs that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can tell. He's very tense.
Yeah. It's that stick.
Okay. And I just kind of look like I'm short-circuiting at this point.
It's about this point when another woman walks in, but from the opposite side of the house, the same side that you guys came through. Another nymph. You guys realize as she gets into the room that all of them are wearing like cut-off jeans and like t-shirts emblazoned with that same logo, but in different colors. They have chosen colors that kind of complement like the flowers in their hair and such. And she sort of walks in and kind of looks between her sisters and just kind of gives a little shake of her head and looks amused. Before making her way over to Sarah. And just sort of standing next to her and leaning her elbows on the bar. Well, looks like there's a party in here. We don't normally get so many Scions on the farm.
Does that cause any issue? Is there some kind of danger in all of us being here at once?
I mean, there's always danger when there's Scions around, but that's what makes it fun.
I'll take your word for it. Sarah, and she'll offer her hand.
She will shake it. Anthea.
She's gonna gesture over to Oliver with like a mischievous grin.
Oh, yeah. My sister likes the shy ones.
It's just funny to see the English teacher failing English.
Is that what he is?
I think so. Last time I checked.
Yeah, he is.
All the books he makes us read are on the public school reading list for 2006.
What I have you all listen to for the sake of enjoyment and entertainment during long car rides are classics and very good books, in my opinion.
Oh my god, Oliver, was that almost a hint of rage?
No, I am just... Like I said, it's very hot in here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm out of breath for reasons I don't really understand right now.
Uh-huh.
Wait. You don't understand.
You...
Forget I said anything.
I could give you a lesson, teacher.
Oh, that's all right. I think I'll stick to peer-reviewed essays.
I
Oh.
mean, that could be arranged too. But I was going to start you off small.
Well, I mean, what they say is those who can't do, teach.
Have you ever played GHBAP?
I don't know. Is that an acronym?
Uh-huh.
For?
And she reaches behind you and gets a pinch of your butt.
Oh.
Grab his booty and pinch.
Okay.
Sarah's like actively covering her mouth to hide her just storm of laughter that's behind it.
Coda's fully laughing out loud.
We don't need to do that again.
Are you sure? We could peer review it.
Mm-hmm.
We have more sisters.
I think I'm all right. I think I'll be just fine on my own. Thank you very much.
Goodness. The best of people. Damon, how do you know Nett?
We met when I got my visitation.
Oh.
Which, as it turns out, was around the same time she got hers.
So were you like in a team together?
No, we were never really part of the same band, but we traveled in similar circles while before she met Moira. It was just her and Karim for a while, and well, you know, I had a dream of having my own farm and doing my own thing, and well, we go to the thing thinking that we need soil, and it's about that time that the nymph that's hanging out with Sarah kind of giggles and like hip bump Sarah. He really thought that it was dirt that makes the apples magic.
I mean,
It's so cute. Not dirt. Us.
So
You know-
then,
again, I'll just take your word for it. I'm not too familiar with husbandry.
She sort of holds her hand out and a little flower like grows in her palm, and then she reaches up and tucks it into Sarah's hair.
Oh, thank you. That's lovely.
So are you.
Oh, now it's Sarah's turn to go full blush.
This pretty girl should wear pretty things.
Mm-hmm.
Damon, by the way, does not seem to have really noticed how like overt the behavior has gotten. Like he suggested they give you guys breathing room, but has not really like seemed to put two and two together. He's more focused on the cooking, and you occasionally see him like shimmy his hips as he's like singing to himself. But eventually, in the middle, I'm sorry, Coda, you were going to say something? In the middle of you guys like hanging out and, you know, shooting the shit and having small talk and whatever, he actually puts on the table a rather heaping helping for everybody, including the nymphs of chicken broccoli Alfredo. It's nothing special, but it's, you know, fast, and I had everything I needed.
I am going to immediately start devouring because, in my mind, the more food I have in my mouth, the less I can talk.
The nymphs take up eating in the most distracting way possible.
Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, I was gonna let people fill that in with their imaginations, but it's stuff like eating breadsticks where they're obviously like taking time to put it into their mouth before they like bite it. You know, slow and steady with the pasta, that sort of thing.
I'm going to close my good eye.
And they're all like making eyes and winking at the person that they have chosen to flirt with.
Oh my goodness.
Kris's friend has not left his lap.
Excellent.
I kind of figured. And it's in the middle of eating that one of the girls looks up and goes, "Are you guys staying, or are you going back tonight? You should stay."
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Well, I don't know about that. We have a lot of things we need to do and a lot of places
Sarah,
to go.
Coda,
lots
what do you
of
think?
driving.
I think we should stay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we picked up the stuff and we can relax a little, rest our heads, and then head off.
Seems like it's agreed.
get a little information while we're here. Immersive situation, right?
It can be very educational to immerse yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Or Oliver. I could feel Oliver just short-circuiting from here.
Yep.
All right. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk to Damon or the nymphs about before you go your separate ways for the evening?
No. Maybe just joint stuff, but I think he already said he would give some when we're heading out.
Oh yeah, no, he also provides that after dinner's over.
Okay, perfect.
You know, it's not a ton. He gives you a couple of joints from his personal stash.
Mm-hmm.
But it's enough to get you through a bit. And he does warn you that it's very strong. Like, this is not... Don't plan to smoke the whole thing in one go.
Oh no, she won't.
This is you have a couple of puffs and you're gonna be good for a while.
You just made a best friend.
Okay. I have a very important question, and I know that this doesn't seem like an important question. This seems like I'm just giving you shit. I need to know who is spending the evening with a nymph.
Yep.
As a yes from Kris?
Yes.
Yes from Sarah?
She considers it, but then she's gonna text Nett instead and see how she's doing.
Nett is okay. She's dealing.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically the answer that you get.
Okay.
And they have started heading back towards Georgia.
Perfect.
Are you taking a nymph to bed?
Me, no. I think after that, she just goes to sleep. Like, smokes a little, goes to sleep.
Okay. Oliver.
Okay, how aggressive does the flirtation continue post-dinner?
Aggressive is the wrong term.
Yes, well, sorry.
She is never going to do anything that makes you feel like she is trying to force your hand.
Mm-hmm.
But the interest is obvious.
Hey, Ollie, how about a bit of hand-to-gland combat?
Oh, that's getting fucking clipped.
Sometimes I feel like you all hate me.
What?
No,
No.
dear. Complete opposite, man. Come on.
It's more like the situation where the teacher becomes the teached.
Student.
Just a moment, please. And I will take. Her name was Astropia. Was it?
Astrope, but
Astrope. My bad. I'll take her aside where none of the others can hear for a private discussion. So I would just like to say, you are very beautiful. I very much appreciate the attention. I never thought that would ever happen to me, but that's besides the case. It's just, how to put this? I'm
inexperienced.
Yes.
That's okay. I'm not going to hurt you.
I didn't imagine that you would. It's just, I've really considered the notion before, or at least in a very long time, and
You're very handsome.
Again, thank you. It's just sometimes one pictures when they do it for the first time that it would be with someone special, and I know it's a new day and age, and that's not always the case, but I'm just very conflicted on the matter.
We don't have to do anything. We could just talk.
Talking's nice.
Okay. We'll talk and maybe cuddle, but nothing else if you don't feel okay with it.
All right. I'm afraid I do talk a lot about books.
I kind of figured.
Yes, I imagine.
Come on. And she'll like take your hand and like lead you out of the room and upstairs.
All right.
Okay, for those of you who go to bed with an imp, if you have any spent willpower, you regain 2 points.
Excellent.
You also trying to think of the word. Uno momento, please. Because my brain is short-circuiting. If anybody has endurance as a virtue or something similar, you also get a temporary dot of endurance, which will last you for 1 day.
Do I count in this or no?
You do.
Okay. You said 2 willpower or 1?
2 willpower. The temporary willpower, not a max.
Gotcha.
Coda.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me what your virtues are.
Conviction, duty, harmony, and valor.
You get a temporary dot of harmony after getting your puff on.
Nice. Let's go.
Something about this stuff makes you kind of want to just mellow the world out. Come morning. Those of you who had fun the night before wake up a little sore, but overall feeling rejuvenated. It's like it almost have you guys like gone and had like a proper like full-on deep tissue massage?
Yes.
Where like afterwards you ache all over, but you also feel like 10 times better. That's what it feels like after a night with an imp. You do wake up alone. However, both of you, or all 3 of you who went to bed with an imp in your room at least, wake up with a little like bouquet of like flowers and bits of fruit and such like on your bedside table. And there is a potted plant in the corner that wasn't there the night before. And there is the sound of bacon and pancakes and eggs coming from downstairs.
Wait, what was the stuff that was like left in our rooms again?
On your bedside table is a little bouquet of like flower and like a bunch of fruit and stuff like that. A bouquet of flowers and a bunch of fruit and stuff like that. And there is a potted plant like in the corner of your room that was not there before.
Okay, yeah, then Sarah's gonna take all that fruit and the flowers with her.
I will take the potted plants and just kind of move it and put it on the windowsill, because I think they might appreciate that.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And then, yeah, I'll head down to breakfast.
You're gonna head straight down.
You guys get into the kitchen, and it is Damien is there along with 2 other nymphs. He looks about how you feel, Kris and Sarah. But there is a huge spread for breakfast. It's, pancakes and waffles and sausage and bacon and eggs made in like 3 different ways. Like, this is a big, big breakfast. And Damien sort of waves you in. Morning.
Hey there, how you doing?
Pretty good. Hear the girls treated you well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of looks over at Oliver. You okay? She didn't break you, did she?
Oh, I'm fine.
As an aside, Oliver, she ended up having you read to her while she played with your hair and gave you a shoulder rub. Nothing else, nothing untoward. She was very content to just spend time with you.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Is there any coffee?
There is, and he'll sort of point at like a really nice, like high-end coffee maker off to the side. Help yourself.
Yeah, I'll take it. And for the record, I do look far more relaxed.
I apologize for all the coughing. I'm still getting over being sick. So you guys are able to have your breakfast. And at some point during the food, Damon sort of looks at the rest of you. So Nett called me this morning to make sure that you made the pickup. I let her know that you're here. She said that they'll probably be in they'll probably be around in Atlanta in, I don't know, a few hours. It's later today.
All right, that's good to know. Thank you.
Am I awake too and with the group?
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely welcome to wake up. I assume that you had woken up with everybody else. My bad.
Copy.
You still feel just a little buzzed when you wake up.
Yeah. I think she's also just like super chill and is like
Yep.
eating. She like nods and says hi to everybody. But yeah, cool.
When he sees you and sees how mellow you are, he just kind of smiles. Treated you well, did it? You look
Yeah.
like you feel better.
I do feel better. Yeah. This stuff is like crazy that we've been going through. We like totally took out a Titan spawn and like lost time in like a cave or something. So I think it's like,
Oh shit, you went to see the Sybil.
yeah, it's crazy. So I think this like hit the spot. And I just love being with these guys so much. They're like so nice.
Coda, are you
So-
still high?
What? No.
Damon is nodding at Oliver, like, oh yeah.
I figured.
It's like I told you, my shit hits the spot.
I work at a public school. I don't partake, but I can identify it.
But this is great. I'm so focused now. Like, I don't really need to be all angry and everything now. So we're gonna go find Nett, and then we're gonna meet up and we're gonna fight stuff together with her, and it's gonna be great. And like, I get to make sure she's doing okay, because like, I mean, I've been worried about her. So like, I think it'd be great that we're all finally together again. So that'd be cool. Can you pass me the bacon?
Yeah, help yourself.
Yeah.
He'll pass over. He'll push this like big ass plate of bacon into the middle of the table.
She's gonna eat like very slowly and like savoring like each piece of bacon that she eats. Very mellow.
So, how long will it persist for exactly?
It depends on her. I mean, it looks like she's over like the biggest part of it. She's just in the mellow and happy place now.
All right.
She's not on the moon anymore, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, as long as she can function in case anything untoward happens.
She'll
It's
be
all right.
right. Scions have a way of kicking through this shit.
Right. All right. Good. Good. In that case, let's have a nice breakfast. Then back to business, I suppose.
Yep.
So, do you guys have, like, stuff? Because you kind of came in with nothing, and you're all still wearing yesterday's clothes. And it's about this time that you guys realize that you totally opted out of going back to your hotel, so all of your clothes and shit are back at the hotel.
Oh no.
If only
Well-
someone had considered this.
We did get a bit distracted.
I mean, we've got, like, spare shirts and stuff, but, yeah, it's just not going to be as, like, fancy as y'all's stuff.
I'm gonna sniff my armpits. No, I'm good.
I think there's some Febreze and baby wipes in the car.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
I have some. Admittedly, I have some sweat stains, but I'll manage until we get our clothes back.
Don't want a t-shirt? I could give you a t-shirt.
I like what I have.
All right.
I appreciate the gesture, though. It's very kind of you.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I know you've got some stuff to do. Gotta go meet up with my girl Nett. Give her my best. Don't die.
You
Thank
too.
you for your help.
No problem.
Take care,
And,
Damien.
I will do my best. You guys need some more stuff. You give me a call and he'll kind of hand over an actual business card.
I will hold
Coda.
on to that for now.
Oh, he tries to hand it to Coda, and then Oliver reaches out and plucks it out of his hands.
I'm gonna put it into the jacket pockets,
All
just for
right.
the time being.
No, I'll definitely be reaching out. We're gonna have a great partnership.
Word. All right. Well, y'all should probably get going if you want to have time to go get your stuff before you have to meet up with Nett, because I don't know where she's going to want you to go to meet her. I assume somewhere around Atlanta.
Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
You guys sure you don't want t-shirts? We've got a bunch of extra from our last, what are they called? And one of the girls goes, conventions. And he goes, right. One of those.
I'll take one.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got
I'll take
Beige
one.
Squad? You got a Beige Squad t-shirt?
I mean, I do, but it's my personal one. I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
And he'll kind of pull out t-shirts. He'll just reach into like a box in the corner of the living room and pull out like a handful of t-shirts and just all the colors of the fucking rainbow, and they're all emblazoned with his business logo.
Definitely taking one.
Sarah's gonna find one that's like the hottest pink that's there. and
Oh
take
yeah,
one of
there's like
those.
a neon fucking pink that he will give you.
Perfect.
Does he have a black one?
He does.
Perfect.
Is there a tan one?
There is one that is like a slightly, yeah. There's probably like a really pale yellow, light tan kind.
I'll tentatively take it.
He will hand it over, looking vaguely impressed.
I didn't want to feel left out.
Thanks, man.
What color is Coda's shirt? Orange?
Yeah, orange, or honestly, she'll take whatever's handed to her.
He will give you a like rust orange color that looks just fucking gorgeous against your skin.
Ooh, let's go. She actually does say that. And she'll start like sliding it on top of her current shirt.
All right, you crazy kids. You have fun. Do me a favor, if you're going to come by, call first so that I can take down the barrier so that you can actually find the place.
Yes, sir. Thank you again.
No problem.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sarah will give a 2-finger salute before hopping in the back of the car.
As you guys are walking outside, Kris, one of the nymphs that you, not the one that you went to bed with, but one of the nymphs that was hanging out with him in the morning making breakfast, kind of just slaps your ass as you walk by.
I'll turn and grin at her.
She will smile back and do the flirty little wave.
I'll see you when I come back.
I'm gonna make you keep your word.
Oh, you bet.
And you guys all load into the car and head out. I will give you guys a couple of minutes to roleplay, and then we're gonna jump forward to when you're in Atlanta.
So as we're walking towards the car, I'm going to pull out the car keys and kind of jangle and say, okay, so who wants to drive?
Well,
Nose goes,
Coda is
and Sarah will put
high.
a finger on her nose.
I think that already settles it because for one, Coda's high, and two, I don't think she has a license.
I can't drive. I've said this so many times.
Looks like it's you,
Yes.
Oliver.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know, technically, I'm not supposed to be allowed to drive either, but exceptions were made.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
I'm technically legally blind, you know.
They let like 90-year-olds drive on the road, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, I'm, again, technically legally blind. I'm not supposed to be able to drive. My father pulled some strings, and I got a license, and I'm not terrible. I
Your
just
father
have
pulled
to...
strings.
Yes.
Damn.
In any case, I can drive. Yes, I'll do it.
Okay.
And
Just
as we get
believe in
in,
yourself.
sorry, I've done it before. All right. As we start driving, though, I do go significantly slower than any of the other two would go.
I will sit wherever I am, passenger seat or in the back or whatever, and I've got the t-shirt and I'm going to kind of like use my teeth to worry the seams at the shoulders and pull the sleeves off of the t-shirt before whipping mine off and putting this one on.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, it works just fine. It's just a normal t-shirt, so it comes apart just the way you need it to, and you end up with a sleeveless Pod Farm t-shirt.
Excellent.
Nice.
Any other roleplay moments that you guys want before we move on?
While I'm driving, I'll just turn to say to whoever, okay, can someone plug in the aux for me and play A Tale of Two Cities?
Sarah already has her headphones in and is staring at the window.
Coda will do it. And put on yeah, she'll put on something else that's not that book, but it's like a murder mystery. Like a romantic murder mystery instead.
Wow, a romantic murder mystery. That's an
Yeah.
interesting
And she's like, ooh, this is it. Let's listen to this instead.
Coda puts on a romantic, like a romance murder mystery like podcast. One of those like stories told in episodes kind of thing.
Yeah. She's not like giving up the phone.
Kind of working my jaw a little bit, but eventually just sigh and, all right, good enough.
It's a book.
It's a podcast.
Aren't audiobooks podcasts nowadays?
Not always. I will 100% agree that podcast in a literary perspective is now part of the general pantheon of literature, as some very interesting, innovative ways to tell stories are being done through the podcast format, but it's still different.
Well, whatever. We're gonna see with I think this will teach us how to do investigative work, you know? Because isn't that what we're doing right now? So we listen to this. This can help subconsciously or unconsciously, I don't know what the word is, figure out what exactly we're doing. So by the time we find Nett, we have the skills, and she's going to like tap her head to pay the bills. You know what I mean?
True, but at the same time, I don't think our current investigation involves quote unquote sexy middle-aged photographers, as the podcast puts it.
But it could be.
Who knows?
Who knows, indeed.
She's gonna lay back listening and definitely at some point fall asleep.
Tell me more about these sexy middle-aged photographers.
Just listen, it's the podcast that's playing.
Okay. You guys eventually reach Atlanta and make your way towards your hotel. On your way there, Coda got a couple of updates from Nett, just generally letting her know that they're, still on their way. They're not sure how long exactly it's going to be, but just checking in, basically, and making sure that you guys are okay. When you get to the hotel, you realize that you are technically a little bit past checkout time. And the city is busy. There's a lot of people here. In fact, the place that you parked before when you stayed overnight is that particular parking lot is completely full.
As we pull up, though, and kind of looking for a parking spot, I'll just be shaking my head. There's no way that Arnold is the murderer, right? Because he was at the flower shop at 11:59 p.m. and the murder took place at 12:18.
Yeah, but he could have dressed differently and changed his outfit, so it may have seemed like he was there, but he could have, he could have just changed his outfit and made someone else dressed to look like him. So it's definitely him.
No, it couldn't be because, or wait, what? His twin brother Matthew was in town at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if he's being framed?
Oh.
Right?
I mean, none of this evidence is anything more than circumstantial, so it wouldn't even hold up in court.
See, but they also bribed the judge, so does it even matter if they even took it to court?
No, because the bailiff's wife was the one who was there at the scene at the time, and because of that, later got murdered as the second victim.
Look, y'all. There's just too much we don't know.
When's the next episode come out? A month?
A month. It's on hiatus.
Oh.
I hate when that.
I love everything about this. Okay. You guys are in the city. The city is packed. Apparently there's some sort of event going on, and it is almost impossible to find parking. So you may be in a situation where somebody has to stay with the car and drive around until the rest of you are back with your stuff.
I'll stay with the car if we need to, as long as someone can go and get my kit from my room.
We're sharing a room. I can get your kit.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that Sarah, Coda, and Oliver head up to get their stuff while Kris stays with the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If Oliver needs help carrying stuff, Sarah will also offer to help out.
Yeah.
Cool. While you guys are inside, Kris, you have kind of pulled over to a temporary place where as long as you don't get out of the car, you should be okay.
Yeah, I'll find somewhere that I can pull over in the shade and just sit in the car. keep my eye out for traffic officers, police, traffic wardens, that sort of stuff.
Cool. It is about this time that there is a knock on the window of your car.
I'll partially wind the window down like an inch or two. Yeah.
Hold on one moment. There is a man standing outside the car. Heretic.
Hello.
Would you like to describe yourself?
Yes. The man standing in front of you is wearing a jacket with the sleeves rolled up. His hair seems to be blonde or dyed blonde. He has a few very prominent tattoos across his forearms. And he seems very relaxed.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
Hi, I'm here looking to see if you know. Do you know a Kris Strom by chance?
Name rings a bell.
Yep, thought it would. You have time to talk?
Yeah, sure. Who are you first?
Oh, my name's Stefan. You could say we're related.
Okay. What can I do for you, Stefan?
Well, I've been meaning to talk to you for a bit, but you kind of been getting caught up in a lot of messes.
Huh. Yeah, that kind of happens. I've noticed around these people.
Yeah, some of them are good people.
Some of them are good people. Some of them are fuckheads.
You'd be right about that.
Let's not dance around conversation. What is it you need from me, Stefan?
I wanted to talk to you, Kris. You and me got the same daddy.
Is that right?
Yep. However, I heard you got yourself an adoptive parent.
Yeah, I reckon I do. Kinda looks that way, don't it?
Yep, still smell of the amber and electricity, though.
So you do not, I take it then, do you?
Oh no, I didn't find an adoptive parent.
Okay.
Yeah, or, well, you know, I didn't have people around me that would upset the balance.
Yeah. BP, is there any way that I could get the phone out of my pocket and then just dial Oliver?
Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
Yes, I am.
You can certainly attempt to without getting caught. We're gonna make that a dex and larceny or stealth. Stefan, you would roll perception and awareness.
I'm gonna use a willpower point.
Okay.
Five.
I think that's 9.
Jesus. Okay.
No, sorry, 10.
Is it 6 or 7? That's the minimum in the system. Oh my god.
7.
I'm sorry?
7.
7. Okay. Oh yeah, because you've got automatics. I was just like, how do you have that many? It's automatic. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So you see Kris going for his for something in his pocket.
Yeah, I'll nod to him. Go ahead.
Seeing that he's seen me do it, I'm just going to get my phone out and look at it and then put it back down again. But I'm, if I can dial Oliver, I will. But if I'm going to be seen, then I won't.
He's already kind of spotted you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he knows who you're calling.
Yeah, I'll leave it for the time being. I'm going to put my phone down to my side so that it's accessible, but I won't call for the moment. I'll just put it out like I was looking at the phone, like I was looking at a notification or something.
Well, I'm glad that you're taking the time to talk to me. Not many do these days.
Yeah, so I heard. That's why I was told to have a different mommy, shall we say.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of came to see how you're holding up. Wolves haven't been too kind on you.
No, but, we slotted one of them, so...
That's a big deal, you know. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
So, assume y'all are heading out somewhere soon.
Once we get the location, yeah.
Yeah. Assume that's what that, well, you didn't get a text, but I assume that's why you pulled out your phone.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, I hope you're doing better with the old whatever picked you up.
It's early days, but me too. We'll see, right?
Which one did it, by the way?
What, which one decided to take me on?
Yeah, I want to know.
Artemis.
Makes sense. Always been an opportunist.
Yeah, well, let's see whether it works out.
Yeah. Just wanted to say a few things if you're, I'm not expecting you to start swinging. I'm not gonna, so.
I ain't got no intention of starting swinging at you, buddy.
Yeah, sorry about Teddy. That one was on me.
Why?
Well, I didn't get you to the hospital fast enough.
Were you the truck driver then or something?
There's not many truck drivers who have balls big enough to drive away from wolves the size of, tractor trailers.
Yeah, I would think that driving away is a whole lot easier than driving towards, though.
Nah. They're a lot kinder than most Scions I've met.
The wolves are a lot kinder than most Scions you've met.
Yep, didn't try and slaughter me when they saw me.
Well, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did us, so... Don't know what that says.
Yeah, that was my fault. They were supposed to just kind of track you down and hold you in place, but... You fuckers are a bit, smarter than I assumed.
So you sent the wolves?
I sent all the wolves, brother.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
And why did you want us to be held in place? For what reason?
So I could talk to you?
And then do what?
Well, see if you wanted to join my side, fill you in on the whole circus act the gods have going on. Now, this is a little bit of an interesting tidbit, but I thought you might want to know. The reason you weren't, I guess, slaughtered when they found you, the gods, is because you had mutual connections with a few of the other children, let's say. Damn well even had a Scion of Vidar with you.
Yeah.
They would have been upset if you did that. Your friends. The gods would have killed you, so they had an opportunist, come at you when you were weakest.
So, what are you saying here? You're saying that the gods are the ones that sent you and those little doggies towards us?
No, if I get my choice, the entire Aesir Pantheon's gonna fucking die. But, rest of them alright, I guess.
Okay. Well, as far as the world knows, I'm a Scion of Artemis, so...
Yep, but the nose doesn't lie, brother. Neither do the eyes.
If that's the case, why bother? What's the fucking point of me being a Scion of Artemis? Why not just let me be Scion of Loki?
Well, that's what I'm trying to ask you, brother. I'm not asking you to give up on the witch with the bow. I'm just asking you to...
Oh man, fucked if I know.
Yeah, none of us do. I got found by some wolves, took me in, ripped a pack of fucking, whatever the fuck, scions of bumblefuck Aesir gods apart in front of me. It was not a good experience.
Okay.
Let's call it kinship, as something you don't see every day or hear.
No, that's true.
Them wolves have some very deep family connections.
Well, I'm pretty sure those wolves are trying to rip my fucking head off, so all about trying to keep me in place until you turn up was, that's a crock of shit because they were looking at ripping my head off, so.
Yeah. Happens. Maybe I'm just a lucky one. I don't know.
Lucky, huh?
Yeah, let's just remember that just try talking to them. They can speak.
They didn't seem real keen on talking, though.
I mean, let's be very fair. Y'all don't too much either. Well, you do. You're nice. I wouldn't put any fucking bets on the Vidar Scion, though. Sarah, I think.
Well, who knows? Well, let's see next time the wolves turn up what they decide to do. If they come at us all fucking hell for leather, then they're gonna get what they get. But if they come cap in hand and looking to talk, then, well, maybe they'll get a different reception.
The
I guess
biggest wolf's right in front of you,
though.
Brother.
Say again?
I said the biggest wolf's in front of you, holding his cap. Seeing how you'll play.
Uh-huh. I shoot straight, pretty much. Like, I ain't gonna fuck with you if you don't fuck with me, but you fuck with me, then things gonna get bad for one of us, whether it be me, you, them, whoever. It's just the way I see it, call it like I see it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I'd rather not do this with your whole dance routine you got going. Your friends.
Yeah, I'd rather you not do it too. So how about that?
Yep, but we're all soldiers in a big old cog. Getting ground against each other. See what happens.
Yeah, sometimes the boots on the ground rebel, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get a shitty order. And if that shitty order goes against your morals or go against what you think is right, then, fuck all that shit.
Yep. It's a very difficult balance, but it's one you gotta be careful of, keeping that morality.
Well, Thanks for chatting. It's been real.
Yeah, no problem. Take a shower. You smell like shit and weed.
And pussy?
Sure.
Oh. Sure.
The weed kind of overpowers the nose, and so does the amber.
Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it? That whole place had a lot of weed. A lot of weed, man. Fuck.
Indeed. You want my number, Kris?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. Just put, I've been doing this a bit longer than you have, I guess. Long enough
I
that
would
the fucking whatever's,
Yep. I would imagine you have. You got a card, or are you gonna tell it to me?
He'll explain it. And just cards aren't very useful, Wolves don't got thumbs.
How do you hitchhike?
Oh, I drive.
Well, it's been real. It's been fun.
Yep, tell your friends I said hello.
Oh, be sure I will.
Indeed. If one of them starts getting uppity, let them know that, if they look too hard, they might see some dogs, which I'd rather not. And not by the
okay.
wolves, I mean like actual dogs. Somewhere.
Okay, good, because, that kind of sounded like a threat, so.
No. I do own dogs. If you see them, reach out. If
Okay.
you're thinking of fighting for a better team, maybe. Or not even that, just getting out of the hands of the divine.
Yeah, well, I take it on the revisement, dude, so thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Go careful in traffic now, won't you?
Nope. Well, yeah, but we'll see how the next few weeks plays out. It was nice talking to you.
Yes, we will. Yeah, it's been enlightening, thank you. You all have
Yeah.
yourself a good day. Grab yourself a can of pedigree charm or something, spoil yourself.
Indeed. Y'all make sure to lock your hotel doors. They're a bit too easy to get in when you leave for a bit. See you later. I'll be able to find you wherever you go.
All right.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a moment. Fuck you very much.
You too, brother.
Stefan climbs back out of the car and heads off down the road and rather quickly and abruptly disappears into the crowd. It is a couple of minutes after Stefan leaves before Sarah, Oliver, and Coda return to the car.
I am encumbered with all of Kris's stuff, but was very insistent upon carrying it all myself.
I'll get out, open the trunk.
Open
Looking
up.
pensive.
Right, well, we are checked out and everything. I assume nothing bad happened to the car, seeing as it's still here.
Oh no, the car's fine. But I do have something to need to talk to you all about. Let's get in the car.
All right.
So, while I was waiting, I got a visit from a guy called Stefan, who is another Scion of Loki, and he is directly responsible for Teddy's death. He controls the wolves. He's the one who sent all of the wolves against us, all the times that they were sent. He is the guy in control. He's been trying to get me and everyone else over onto his side. He said that he was going to use the wolves to hold us in place so that he could talk to us. Personally, I think that's bullshit, so...
Wait, like,
Wait, you were
Was-
just...
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
he was just here. He said that he's been into our rooms in the hotel and that he can find us wherever we go, basically, that we are an open book to him. He asked about all of you by name and the items that you've got and everything. He knows a metric fuck ton about all of us.
And us nothing about him. This is
Yeah,
encouraging.
right.
And then he says the wolves were meant to just hold us in place, implying that he wanted us on his good side.
Right. I mean, I pretty much said the same thing to him. I mean, if he's looking at trying to talk to us, sending a whole pack of slavering fucking minivans was a really bad idea.
Well,
Wait,
we could
and what
also
about?
just have been lying.
Yeah, exactly.
could have been
Because then there was that other woman as well, right? She was controlling, commanding wolves as well, and she most certainly did not seem very cordial and wanted to just be amiable with us. She outright attacked us.
What did he look like?
I'll describe him. I don't think you actually described him to me, did you, BP? In detail?
I had Heretic describe himself. But for reference, he looks like he honestly, as Kris describes him, for a moment it sounds like Kris is describing himself. He's not quite he's about Chris's height, kind of blondish reddish brown hair, full beard. He's got tattoos on his arms. The biggest difference is that he has a scar that crosses from under one of his eyes over the top of his nose and onto his other cheek.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put a picture of him into y'all's chat on.
I think listening to this, Coda's gonna text his description to Nett and be like, "Is this the guy you saw?"
You do not get an immediate answer, but she did tell you that she was driving, so it may be.
Yeah.
Oh God, he does look like me.
He does. He looks like he could be your brother.
Well, shit.
Huh. And he's a Scion that's siding with the Titan spawns?
Yeah, he said he wanted to kill all of the Aesir, so Sarah, that kind of means, well, all of us, but you especially.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, right.
I've been fated not to die, so I wish him luck, I suppose.
He basically threatened us, me, everybody as much as he could without outright saying it. The guy was a bit of a douchebag, to be quite honest.
I can imagine.
You know,
question is... Oh, go on.
I can say he had that air of, try hard. You know, the guy who's got to basically make all the insults without actually physically insulting anybody just because, he's got a hard-on for that sort of shit.
I mean, don't the Titans want to destroy the world or something? You gotta be a certain kind of person to, simp for them.
Yeah.
My question is, how much of what he said is scare tactics and how much he said is true? He said he can find us wherever, knows everything about us, things like that. And as he said, he apparently already knows a lot about us, but is it truly to the extent that he claims, or is this some kind of psychological warfare?
A little from column A, a little from column B, I would expect.
Likely.
Okay.
I think in this case, then, it's what we do with this information now that'll affect things in the future, how we handle him.
And I guess who we bring into our presence, I guess, because now they are possibly in danger.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, fuck him. And of course you rolled up when you were by yourself. You couldn't just roll up when we were all together. Punk
Right.
ass. Whatever, let's get out of here.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we jump forward?
Don't think so. Not for me.
No.
I'm good.
Anything anybody wants to do? Any stops you need to make or anything before you meet up with Nett?
No.
Okay. Nett ends up having you meet her about an hour outside of Atlanta, but in the opposite direction of Damon's farm. In a kind of not really middle of nowhere, but like a suburb, basically. Quiet, sleepy little suburb. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on here. You guys drive through a fairly typical American town, not like one lane or anything like that, but utterly forgettable in a way. And she has you meet her outside of a fast food place.
As we drive there, I would like to ask everybody, and I'd also like to look myself to make sure we're not being tailed.
Everybody can roll me perception and awareness.
Hmm.
Three.
1.
1 as well.
And 2. 3.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as you guys can tell, you're not being followed. There is a moment where Sarah thinks she might be, but it very quickly becomes obvious to like everybody but her that she's kind of being paranoid. But that is sort of something that she has probably inherited a little bit from her father, even if she doesn't want to acknowledge it.
Paranoia if someone's actually out to get you.
It is paranoia if the person you are freaking out about isn't, though. It was a semi that was behind you guys, and it had like red and blue logo on the side, and then a few it eventually that semi turned away, but the next time Sarah looked, there was a different semi with like a black and blue logo, and it took like 10 minutes to convince her that they were not the same truck. And that the guy behind the wheel wasn't the same dude, not even the same race. But eventually you guys meet Nett under this small kind of like it's not part of a chain, but it's a fast food place. Like a very local brand fast food place. And Nett and Karim are sitting in Nett's car, and it looks like they are, or at least Nett. I don't know if Karim would eat it, but Nett is chowing down on what looks like a monster of a chicken sandwich.
Well, that does seem like them.
Karim, are you joining in the meal?
Oh, Karim is politely abstaining.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay. As you guys pull up, Nett gives a little wave around like she's mid-bite, but she gives a little wave with her free hand and reaches over and presses a button in the center console, and the windows roll down. And then she kind of looks over. Hi.
Hey everyone. Long time, eh?
Yeah.
been a bit longer for you, apparently, due to the whole time dilation thing.
Keep forgetting that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, time dilation, people come and go.
Huh?
Okay.
There's kind of a moment when he says people come and go where Nett's eyes go a little dark. But then she sort of blinks and looks back at you guys. Did you guys make the pickup? Everything okay?
did.
Oh, Coda, I got your text message. Yeah, that sounds like the same motherfucker. Did you guys get attacked?
No, but the punk kind of went to talk to Kris when he was by himself in the car and tried to be like, oh, hey, you know, I was the one that sicked the people on you. You should be careful, blah, blah. I was trying to... Just a lot of BS. I mean, Kris could probably explain it better. To me, it just sounded like a punk trying to... Whatever. Kris can explain it better.
Yeah, a guy called Stefan. Says he is a sign of Loki. A lot of
Oh,
bluff and
shit. He's
bluster.
your brother?
Kind of looks a little bit like me as well, which is scary.
You know, now that I think about it, yeah, actually, he does. He looks like he could be an older version of you. Or a younger version of you. I'm not sure.
Oh, good.
You both have those faces that just get to a certain point and then you don't age anymore. It's weird.
Boyish good looks. Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, the motherfucker basically threatened me and said he knew everything about us, told us where we'd been, asked about all of the others by name, all of the items that they've got, said that he can follow us anywhere and everywhere, and wherever we go, he'll know. That sort of shit. Been in a hotel room.
Oh,
So-
hell.
He tried to threaten you and invite you to the dark side at the same time.
Yeah, he wasn't very bright.
Yeah, punk.
Shit, he could be
Very
my
much
brother.
like a Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father moment.
Except just a little bit more shit.
Well, nobody's perfect. No, not everyone can be Darth Vader.
You know, he had a small dick energy going on. So totally unlike me, right?
Yeah, right.
So just so we're clear, you're good with me killing your brother? Because that's on my to-do list.
Well, you know, I didn't know he was my brother. I'm still not sure he is, but he sounds like a bit of a motherfucker to me, so I don't care.
Okay.
From the shit he was saying to me, it looks like if you don't do it, I might have to anyway. Or we might have to.
If he's the one giving orders to the Fenris Wolves, and it makes sense that he would be a Scion of Loki, considering.
Well, yeah. He said he was responsible for the death of Teddy, too.
Yeah, I mean, please don't take this personally, but I didn't know Teddy. I knew Moira, and
Oh, I'm not taking it personally at all. I didn't really know him either.
No.
But
somebody's taking a fucking fall for that. And if I get
We
the
knew
chance,
Teddy,
I'm taking.
though. And seeing that we knew Teddy, I am personally quite all right if you want to kill him.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so, cool. And she'll like climb out of her car and like walk around so that she's on the same side of the car, as like the windows that you guys are talking through. Still eating, and she'll kind of like hold out a big ass thing of fries if anybody wants some.
Coda will take some.
yeah, me too.
So here's the deal. There are a pair of twins in this town. They haven't had their visitations yet. We need to try and get them. Well, you guys are going to get them. Karim and I are going to deal with the bulk of the fighting force if we can. Your job is to get them out of town.
So we're the new you guys.
Well,
For the
Yes.
moment, we're a little, short on staff. So, we're conscripting you guys.
Yeah, but the difference is that instead of 3 people doing this whole thing, it's me and Karim are going to handle half, and you guys handle the other half. There might be some fighting on your part, but we'll do our best to keep the heavy hitters away from you.
It'll be a learning experience.
Right. So where are these twins then? Where do we need to get them and then get them to?
I am waiting on a message to give me an exact location. The gods are obviously not super into just telling you where their kids are.
Although they should, because, we're the ones saving them.
Oh yeah, no, they're going to tell us. I'm just saying they don't parse out that info. They don't just spill that information easy. They bring it to us when it's time for us to have it. Right. Because if we get kidnapped or somebody has some weird mind-ready thing.
Right, I remember. It happened with us too. Right.
Do we have any information about these twins? We're not just gonna kidnap children, are we?
Oh no. They're my understanding is that they're I don't know, 18, 19. And just got out of foster care.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
But trust me, when the big car to semi-sized wolves start showing up, I think they'll go with you if you ask.
We did.
Fear has a way of propelling people forward.
Fair enough.
So can I have my stuff?
Oh, yes, it's in the back.
So I'm assuming somebody pops the trunk and she'll go and grab it.
Yeah.
She looks over the apples, kind of, diligently counts them and nods a little bit and looks over at Karim.
Here, I'll help you with that, actually, and I'll get out and kind of help and roll it back there. I know you got it, but and I'll say this very quietly, so it's just the two of us hearing.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going through a lot right now, Nets, and I'm very sorry for your loss, but if you need to talk about it and just let your emotions out, I have it on very good authority that Coda is a great listener.
Thanks. I'm fine though. I think I just need to kill something.
You don't have to be fine.
Yeah, I do. Today I do. Tomorrow maybe I could not be fine, but today I have to be fine. Because there are more people who are depending on me today.
Right. Well, if you say you don't need any help with the crate, then I'll leave it to you.
Including you, kiddo. And she'll kind of grin and nudge you with her shoulder as she turns to carry the crate towards her car.
It's not in.
She is half your age. Well, no, she's older than that, but she's still pretty fucking young by comparison.
Yeah. I'll climb back in. She did not need help, actually.
Well, I could have told you that. She's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
She takes the crate over and puts it into her car and looks over at Karim. There aren't as many as I thought there would be. I knew we were low, but I didn't realize we were this low.
We'll have to make do. We have a job to do.
Yeah. Okay. And she's gonna pull out one of those fabric shopping bags and transfer some of the apples over into it and then hand it into the car to Oliver. Don't use these unless you have to. A bite will heal most superficial wounds. Half to 3/4 should heal some pretty serious ones. If someone's on death's door, give them the whole thing.
Right, got it. Thank you.
Don't use them if you don't have to, because it's not an easy trip to get more.
Understood.
And I think that's all I've got. I think that's the last of my stash. So,
how many apples are in the bag that's given to us?
you are given 5 apples.
5. Got it.
They're more effective in the overworld or in, a terra incognita, an obviously magical place. But here in the world, they're just really good at healing you. But this is all I've got for a while, so. And she'll sort of nod a little bit and head back to the car. And as she sets her bunch into the back seat, she kind of writes again, and you guys, there's this moment where it looks like she's pulling out what looks like a backpack, but as she pulls this not a backpack but a messenger bag, and as she pulls the strap crossways over her body, you actually realize that it is it's more like a belt. And rather than a bag hanging off of her back, there is a long, wide, slightly curved sheath and a sword on her back. And next to the sword, also sheathed, is what looks to be a very interesting, unusual, but large-looking shotgun.
Look at Sarah. Would it be mean to say that it looks like you might be jealous of that?
Which part?
The shotgun?
I'm more of a pistol kind of gal.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, Karim takes out his Glock. This is what I have. Obviously, Nett will be taking charge here. But I also have this. And Karim takes out his handkerchief. Doesn't look like much, but...
Not a gun.
But this will serve us well enough.
Still cool. I've learned that the way things look don't entirely matter here. So it may look like a napkin, a handkerchief. But wait, what does it do? Are you not allowed to tell us that?
I don't know. Should I tell them?
You're allowed to, yeah.
Yeah, it's woven from the banner of Kave. So it'll... Basically, the in-game effect is that it grants an extra... I can spend a point of legend, and for the duration of the scene, all of my allies will be treated as having a valor of level 3.
Ooh.
So you can get behind...
3, they get what? An extra dot?
Yep.
So you can get behind him in his fancy handkerchief, but my rock is lame.
Okay, you have yet to tell me what your rock can do. I've just seen a rock on a necklace.
It sings and helps other people be smarter when they need to be.
Wow, that's so cool.
You're just pandering to me now.
No, it actually is. It actually is. It's just in the moment it sounds like I'm being panda-ing. But no, cool. We all have cool things. It's we all have cool things.
Hey, look, you laugh, but If I had someone around who could give me extra brains when I needed them, would have helped me in a lot of sticky situations. That's Nett is saying that, by the way.
Thank you, Nett.
Well, fortunately you do this time.
Yes, that's why Karim is here. Smarter than me by a lot. Okay, we probably shouldn't hang around each other too much. I will text you the address here in a few, but I would suggest you get to know the layout of the town. Maybe pop in, see some of the local shops, that sort of thing. Just familiarize yourself so that you know where you're going when you have to run. And Coda and Kris, you both have similar instincts to mine, which is that you want to run towards the worst of the danger to help people who need it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. That's not your job tonight. I need you to look after the babies.
Okay.
As they can. I as much as I want to make them my priority, I don't think I can, not today.
I'll admit it feels a bit like telling the toddlers to wash the infants.
Listen, I'm gonna find the biggest, nastiest motherfuckers, and I'm going to focus on them to give you guys all the time that you need. I'll be all right.
But you're not gonna, like, not that I'm saying you're not strong or anything, but you're not gonna, throw yourself at them, right? And, I
am, but that's kind of my job, but I also won't be alone.
Okay.
Moira was alone.
Coda, this isn't a suicide mission. If we need to take a strategic retreat, we will once we're sure the mission is done. Once we're sure that you and the twins are out of harm.
Okay, cool. I was just checking, because I don't know, this might be like a going out in a blaze of glory kind of deal, and I just
this is find the motherfucker and take his head kind of deal.
No,
okay.
We don't do suicide missions. We're professionals.
Yeah, but professionals, never mind. No, that's probably just, me being me. Never mind. I trust you guys. We'll get our mission done.
Okay. Kris?
Yes.
Got your word that you're not going to try and turn around and come back and save us? You're going to do what we need? Okay. Good. Cool. All right. And she'll kind of reach through and to offer a fist to Sarah to fist bump.
She'll fist bump. Do a little explosion. She's pulling away.
You guys stay safe. If this goes off without a hitch, I owe you a meal and pay for helping.
So we do get paid.
I mean, I'm willing to pay you. I get a cut of Damon's operation.
Oh, well, it's not necessary. I just didn't know if there was a union or something for Scions.
No.
I could probably arrange something if you need payment.
Again, it's all right. If there was an actual ordinance for it where we do these jobs and we get paid as sort of a celestial.
No, typically we get gifts. Sometimes they'll set us up with financial means, but for the most part it's kind of on us. Which is why I get a cut of things like Damon's operations, because I'm the reason why he has the nymphs to make the magic weed in the first place. And I'm his protection, so.
Right. All right. In that case, no. It's at least I'm speaking for myself. I don't need any sort of payment for this.
All right. We'll see you soon. Hopefully. And she'll get in the car. And they leave the parking lot. What are you guys going to do?
Well, seeing as what's being expected of us. In case you don't remember, those vials I gave you, if you haven't already filled them up with your blood, I recommend doing it soon, just in case we need to use them as a form of distraction if things get hairy. I've already filled mine, but I know you guys might not have, because it's a sort of out there solution.
Also, though, do we really want to spread our blood around? Can people use it to kind of cast shit through, like cast magic through it or some shit?
I'm not sure. My initial plan for it was like, if we're running one way, we throw it the other way, it shatters and our sense lingers there, and it might confuse whatever's chasing us, assuming we have a far enough lead and they don't see us.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ifs.
It
was
is,
my only
but
concern.
it seemed to work somewhat back when we first got attacked, so this is a more refined method, I guess.
Wouldn't it
Does-
also work if we were just wearing extra items of clothing that we could throw on the ground?
Maybe. I don't know how potent our regular scent is, but our blood has the ichor in it, right? They got the ichor, and that might be something far more pungent to them.
Oh, right, that.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Worst case scenario, I've already filled mine, and if we only need to use one, then we can use mine.
How did you fill it up? 'Cause,
Um,
I don't have anything other than a knife.
When we were back at Anvil, I borrowed one from the kitchen in the night and just sort of... there's sort of a scar on my leg now, but it's fine.
Huh, okay.
An arrowhead might work as well.
Ugh.
How
Yeah.
big are these little vials?
They're just like small, kind of
They look
hobbyist type vials.
yeah, they look like travel bottles for like toiletries and stuff. They're not big at all.
And there's kind of like mini glass test tubes that, if you throw, would shatter really easily.
I can probably help you guys with getting the blood out and stuff. I mean, I've done stuff like this with animals, and humans aren't too well. I can help you guys out with that in the most safe and cleanliest way possible. We could do it while we're in the car.
What could go wrong while we're in a moving vehicle?
Yes, that's a
yeah,
good
I've been
point.
in worse situations.
Okay.
It's just a thought. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'll do it.
I got you. I could distract you.
Okay. So you guys take the time. Whoever is going to fill vials fills vials. We'll say that you each have one. Anyone who fills one will have one, I should say. All that being said, I'm assuming that you guys are going to kind of drive around town, get a feel for the layout of the town and everything, so that you know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was going to suggest that next.
Okay. It's a few hours later, as it is starting to get, as the moon is rising, that you guys get a text message from Nett that goes to all of you with an address. You're about 10 miles away. It's just across town. But there isn't a lot of like traffic or anything, so getting there won't take any time at all. And as you guys are on your way, Kris's phone chimes with a text message.
Who's driving at the moment?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, Sarah will take her turn at the wheel.
Okay, then I'll look at my phone.
You get a message from... have you put Stefan's number into your phone?
Yeah, I probably would, yeah.
You get a message that the hunt is on. And the sign off is, "You got this, little bro."
I'll just pass my phone over to whoever's next to me, assuming I'm in the back, so they can see it.
Probably be me based on the rotation order. Well, that's not menacing.
Right.
Does that mean he's going to be inhibiting us or letting us do what we need to?
I think he's going to be inhibiting us. So
Yeah.
you guys in the front, he says, "The hunt is on. You got this, little bro."
Well,
Gross.
then I guess it is. You get it first.
I ain't going to respond, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Do you have read
Sarah.
receipts on?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just asking, does he have read receipts on?
No, I don't. I have that turned off.
Oh, good. So you didn't leave him on red.
Yep.
Sarah, you drive the 10 miles to the address. And it is when you're about a block away that you guys Coda feels it first because of her tie to the moon specifically. The moon goes from being in a state of waning to full rather rapidly. And Coda, you feel this shift, like down to your marrow. The night goes somehow darker than it was before, and you guys all hear one lone howl followed by another, and then another and another and another that are all like answering from different locations. They're distant, but you can definitely hear them.
Wow, that's familiar.
All
By
right.
the way, did we get names as part of the address of the Scions we're supposed to be picking up?
You did. It is Lily and Lucas.
Gotcha.
You do not know who their parent is, but you know that they are twins.
Okay.
Right.
Well, let's go then.
Yep. Yeah, Sarah would speed up. Try to get to where they're going.
Okay, make me a... let's go with Dex and Control if you have cars listed.
I do not.
So just a Dex check then.
Would there be a virtue that could help with this?
I don't know. What virtues do you have and how would you like to utilize them?
Courage, endurance, expression, and loyalty. I mean, she would have been head on a swivel this whole time.
I don't know that you are in enough danger for courage to apply, and the others are not really applicable yet.
Okay.
But you could maybe utilize them later when you're actually having to, like, genuinely run from something. Right now, you're just trying to get there first.
Okay. Then I will also use a willpower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When willpower 6, and then epic dex 7.
Jesus. Okay.
Ooh, those rolls.
Sarah is on it. You guys have seen her drive before, but this is a new level of almost expert control, it feels like. She puts her foot down on the gas and you guys speed up rapidly. And Oliver, you have this moment where you grab the oh shit bar just out of instinct because you're suddenly you've gone from like 40 to like 80 in a couple of seconds. Only to realize after a moment that she has a level of control over this vehicle that you didn't think would necessarily be possible. as she continues to climb in speed. She whips it around a corner and then around another corner into a parking lot of a like an apartment complex. And literally like fishtails. She goes down a row, fishtails around the end of the row, and then like almost drifts to a stop in front of the building where the twins are. Twins supposedly live on the 3rd floor.
Good driving, Sarah.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, how
You
should we
guys
do this?
hear more howls, and they're closer.
Right. How should we do this? Three go get them, one stays in the car, or 2 and 2, or should we all go get them?
I'll keep it on.
Right, okay.
All right.
Let's go.
I will climb out and hustle up to the door.
Same.
Is
She's
it
looking
Oliver and
around.
Coda, or Oliver, Coda, and Kris?
I'm going as well, Kris as well.
Okay. So the 3 of you climb out of the car and sprint up the stairs. The howls are getting closer and closer, and you can almost feel the charge in the air, like as the danger around you mounts by the time you guys get up to the door.
I will frantically knock.
It takes a couple of seconds, probably good like 30-40 seconds before the door opens, and a young woman with dark stick straight hair almost down to her waist and tanned skin. She looks like she might be from like her heritage might be like Central or South American, maybe. It's hard to tell. Kind of looks at the 3 of you in confusion. Hello?
Are you Lily by chance?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'll get to that. Is your brother Lucas with you?
Yeah, Lucas.
Hi, I'm Oliver Bright. Do you hear those wolves howling in the distance, slowly getting closer and closer?
Yeah.
You're in danger. You need to come with us.
What?
Do you want to be attacked by giant wolves?
No. And a young man kind of comes around the corner, and he looks a lot like her, but his hair is short. And
Hi,
just
Lucas, nice
a
to
little
meet you.
bit spiky on the top. Hi.
Hey there, how you doing?
Who the fuck are these people?
My name is
And-
Kris Strom. There's a lot of wolves out here. You can probably hear the noise in the background. And your life is in danger. Trust me about this. We need you to come with us.
Exactly, as Kris said. I know you have no reason to trust us, but we've been in this situation that you're about to be in very shortly, and it did not go so well for us, at least partially. If you wanted to go better for you two, I strongly advise you listen and come with us now. We do
Come
not
with
have
me
much
if you want to
time.
live.
Okay, here's my question. Are you guys trying to scare them into coming with you, or just convince them to come with you?
I actually want to use my inspirational figure epic charisma knack
Okay.
to basically kind of inspire them.
Can you
I'm just trying to be
tell me
convincing.
what that does precisely?
So it gives hope and courage to not just one listener, but to a group of listeners. It actually raises their spirits, and as long as my words are intended to inspire them, then anybody who listens will listen spellbound. They gain a point of willpower, but they're inspired by what I have to say, basically.
They're enthralled, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to consider that as giving you extra dice.
Sure.
For the purposes of this, I would like you to roll charisma, and you can either go command or empathy.
It's all much of a muchness. I'll go with empathy,
and
though, I think.
Oliver can also roll to give you extra dice.
The same role, charisma and command/empathy.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So I'll let you roll first to give me extra dice. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I have a decent pool here. That's 3 extra dice for me.
Well,
Or
it's actually
3
gonna
successes
it's
on my end.
3 successes, which I'm gonna make. You have a total of 4 extra dice between
Okay.
Oliver and your ability.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 and 2. Holy shit. Okay.
So that's 5 because I have a dot in epic charisma.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, they kind of hesitate for a moment, but like they become fixated on Kris. And after a moment, Lily kind of nods. Okay, yeah. We'll go with you. And Lucas kind of just looks a little bit spellbound. He's he's too dumbfounded to really say much of anything. But they grab like wallets and keys off of a table near the door. And a glance inside, you can tell that this place is very obviously like it's almost looks like a crash pad. Like everything that's in here is obviously second or third hand. It's old and threadbare couch. Their door beside, or their table beside the door is like a TV tray. not even a real table. It looks like they have just kind of been like scrimping together whatever they can find, because they're fresh out of the system and don't really have anything.
So like cinder block bookshelves, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But they follow you.
Right this way to the car.
And it is about this time where you guys, where Sarah sees the first wolf round a corner into the parking lot. And in her rear view sees another one kind of leap over a fence at the back of the lot.
Yeah, she'll be... Actually, she'll pull out and get ready to, like, just zoom away.
So you're kind of, like, idling in the middle of the parking lot rather than in a parking space?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. This does not necessarily have to be combat. If you guys don't want to actually get into combat and want to find clever ways to get around the combat and just run for it, that is absolutely an option. Or you can fight.
We were told not to get into combat, weren't we?
Well, you were told not to go and try and help Nett and Karim.
I think we should
That
run.
your focus is keeping the twins safe.
I think we should run because the longer we're in combat, there's more chance of them getting hurt. That's my opinion.
That, and there's 2 right now, but we don't know how many more might be coming.
Yep, 100%.
Okay. All right. So, yes?
I was gonna say, seeing the wolves, Coda's gonna light one of the joints in like a box and like tape down the lighter, just so like a box can fill with the fumes. And when we're ready to go, she's gonna toss it out the back of the car. Because, they got high smell, so they'll, see what that does.
All right. So we're going to treat this, at least for now, like a skill challenge. I'm not going to call for a specific number of successes or whatever, but however many successes you get on a given roll is going to tell you how much, is going to tell me how much ground you gain until I think you're out of the worst of it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So your first concern is getting the twins to the car and getting into the car, while there are 2 wolves bearing down on you. Sarah, you could potentially make a roll, but I'm gonna say that it's gonna have to be once they actually get closer to the car to be able to help, unless you have something specific that you want to do that's not somehow gonna put you further away from them. So Kris, Oliver, and Coda, you guys have options. You can choose what skills or what I think they're called abilities in the system. What abilities you guys want to roll with? I will tell you what attributes, what attribute I think plays a role, and you are always welcome to say, how you want to, if you want to utilize a virtue and how you want to.
So, how far are we from the car currently?
You guys are 3 stories up and about 20 to 30 yards.
I see. All right. And can we see downward from the stairwell or anything? I don't know if this is open plan or not.
All of the doors are facing outward.
Okay. And how close are the wolves in at this point?
There's probably 60, 70 yards between the wolf that just came around the corner, and the wolf that jumped the fence is probably closer to 40 yards from the car.
All right, and at this point,
so very close for something that big that moves that fast.
Okay, yeah. My next question was going to be how can we gauge how the rate of their movement, but they move fast, so.
Got a question for you, BP. Can we actually look over the railing to the ground below us?
Yes, absolutely.
I know exactly what I want to do then. I want to pick up both of the 2 kids, because I have the epic strength ability. Hang on, what's it called? Uplifting might, which means I can actually lift 3,500 pounds, which is going to be enough to get one of them in each arm. Yeah. I also have lightning sprinter, which means I can move stupid fast, and I have holy bound, which means I can jump
and not
48
take damage.
meters and not take damage. So I'm literally going to grab each one of them under my arm and leap off the balcony.
Okay. I forgot that you had all of that. Jesus Christ. Kris is an action movie hero. Okay, Oliver and Coda, how do you plan to get down there now, considering that Kris is fucking bailing? I'm not even going to make Kris, roll for that. You've got the strength that they can't do anything even if they flail. You might take an elbow to the back of the head by accident. Right. And they're screaming a lot.
I'll watch him turn to Coda. I can't do that.
So, I mean, Coda was gonna also just jump down, from the center of the staircase, but, try to do it carefully and, with Cat's grace. Can I lift Oliver?
How strong are you?
I have 4 dots and an epic strength in... you can, and then 4 in athletics.
Okay. You can lift Oliver. The question is, can you lift Oliver and make the jump without hurting either of you? Which is going to be a roll. And I'm going to say it is stamina plus athletics.
Stamina.
Could I potentially, seeing this begin to play out, add some help to this through a command roll or something, kind of pointing out the best place where she could jump to, or work her way down from platform to platform, maybe?
Yeah, because I also have Cat's grace, and I feel like this is treacherous terrain.
It is treacherous. Let's go with wits and command for Oliver to see if he can give you extra dice.
And could I use my War Master sight on this?
What does that do?
It basically lets me spend points of legend to up my rolls that involve commands. But it stipulates for combat oriented, and I don't know if this would count or not.
Yeah, I'll give it to you because we don't actually know that you're going to get into combat specifically. I think that this is close enough.
Great. Okay. I will spend 2 points for now on that. It brings me up to, that's 3 successes.
Okay. So that gives Coda 2 extra dice.
Okay. So that's 10d10.
Jesus. Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, and then I have an automatic of 8. So I got 8 dice. 8 successes.
Yeah. So Coda looks like she's about to jump, and then there's this moment of hesitation where she realizes that Oliver is still with her, as Oliver says, "I can't do that." And Coda turns without a word and like scoops him into like the princess carry.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what kind of carry is this? Fireman, bridal?
Is
No,
bridal,
definitely
the bridal
bridal.
care, bridal carry, which gives Oliver the opportunity to kind of like in his head calculate angles and trajectories and whatever. And he calls out specifically like where to put your foot as you jump, where to like catch your other arm on like a railing so that you can swing safely around obstructions and things like that. So while you don't make it down nearly as fast as Kris does, you do make it to the ground, and you are running at a slightly different angle than Kris is because you used the stairwell. Sarah, you have seen both of these wolves, and then you saw Kris like superhero jump with 2 people over his shoulders.
Okay, so they're still quickly approaching.
Oh yeah, they're charging.
Okay. She's gonna provide covering fire, draw her weapon, and just start firing in the direction of the wolves.
Which one? Because there's one coming from in front of you and one from behind. The one from behind is closer.
The one from in front has the opportunity to do the most damage, because really we need the stuff in the trunk the least, so she's gonna go for the one that's coming out from the front.
Okay. Make me an attack roll then.
Okay.
Not going to super worry about damage because this seems like you were mostly trying to slow him down more than kill him.
Yeah.
Or her. It.
Yeah, the threat. One success.
One success. Okay. You managed to clip him, and he sort of like darts to the side slightly, but it doesn't really do much to slow him down. Which leaves Kris with the twins over his shoulders. You've got about 30 to 40 yards to close on the car.
Okay.
It's basically a straight shot, but there are cars between you and your car. So you might have to like run between or jump over or something.
I'm just going to go over. Lightning Sprinter and Epic Bound. I can jump 40 yards along. So that's what, 120 foot.
You could literally just jump from where you are and land outside the car.
So that's effectively what I'm going to do, but I'll probably have to take a bit of a run up first because it makes more sense that way.
Yeah, give me strength and athletics. This is not going to be difficult, but I'm going to make you roll just to see if you could do it without like
Only 4.
Okay. So there's a moment of jostling where the twins are giving you some trouble, where they're so freaked out by the fact that they are upside down over your shoulders, and they can both see these vehicle-sized wolves charging in the direction of where you are taking them. Lily specifically is losing her mind. She is kicking, she is flailing, catches you in the back of the head. It's obvious that she doesn't mean to, but she does it anyway, and it sort of throws you a little bit as you are getting your running start and then leaping. But you do manage to make it just outside of the back seat. Coda, you have Oliver in your arms.
I'm running with them.
You could put me down at this point.
Can you run fast?
No.
Okay. Hold on tight.
I love this. The strength and athletics, I guess.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I still got those bonus dice or no?
No, not for
Okay.
this one.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, you get there. It's a little awkward because you've got to dart between cars. You do not have the ability that Kris does to just leap over things.
Nah.
So there's a moment where you like have to like, you know how when you were kids and you would have to like, kind of crab walk. So you're kind of like moving sideways. But you're like doing that, but you're like running and you've got him in like this bridal carry and he's like hugging really close to you. It's honestly one of the most comical mental images I've ever had while running a game, so.
Yeah, no, me too.
But you managed to close on the car.
Cool. She's gonna, when we get to the close to the car, she's gonna try to just chuck him in the car and she's instantly reaching for her joints.
Okay.
For her idea.
Very cool. It is about this time that the wolf that is behind the car starts to close. So if you would like to roll I guess, dex and throwing? To see if you can nail the wolf that's closest?
Dex and throwing. Yeah. If I don't have a dot in something, what do I...
You just roll the attribute then.
Alright, cool. 2, 3.
Jesus.
Yeah, well,
How many epics do you have?
For dexterity, I have 2.
So that's 5?
5, yeah.
Good lord. Okay. So this wolf gets close, and you guys, those who are already in the car, which I assume is Oliver and the twins, as Kris and Coda are still scrambling to climb in behind their passengers. Oliver and Coda are standing next to the car, and everybody else is inside of the car, and anybody who's inside of the car feels the front end of the car lift up off the ground as these massive paws come down on the back. And it's like a teeter-totter. But at the same moment, Coda hurls this box that is smoking at this wolf and manages to catch it. Because the wolf is so close, manages to get the box directly into the wolf's mouth. The box is hot because there is stuff that is on fire inside of it, which makes the wolf kind of rear back and hack and cough. And those of you who know Coda have a feeling you know what just happened. And what might be about to happen to this wolf as he inadvertently inhales very strong pot smoke.
I call it the hot box.
The hot box.
Nicely done.
But the other wolf is still charging and is now close enough that it is also getting very, very close to the car. Sarah, is there anything that you would like to do?
Is this the one behind the car?
No, this is the one in front of the car. The one behind the car has already managed to reach the car, but Coda just threw weed stuff into its mouth.
Can I just gun it and start driving forward towards it?
Coda and Kris are not in the car yet.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna-
then yeah.
I'll shout go, and I can run.
Okay.
I'll catch up.
If you want to gun it towards the wolf, you absolutely can.
Okay, I'm trying
Kris
to
just
keep
gave you
a-
permission to potentially leave him behind.
Okay. I mean, is there any possible way for me to like hit this wolf? So like maybe knock it down for long enough for everyone to get the car? Or like how bad of an idea is that?
I
Like,
mean, the
how
wolf
skills?
the wolf is bigger than your car.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, yeah.
So
she's-
while you could potentially do some damage, you would also probably damage the car.
Okay. Then yeah, she's just gonna continue with the covering fire and keep her foot like hovering over the gas pedal.
Okay. Make me a attack roll, and add 2 dice to it. Because it is close and you have your companions close to you, so.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 successes.
That's pretty good. You managed to wing this thing in like the side of its face, like not quite its eye, but very close, which makes it kind of like jerk to the side and stumble into some of the other cars. Car alarms are going off and whatever, but it is for the moment not charging you anymore.
Cool.
I'm not going to make Coda and Kris roll to get in. Getting in is relatively easy now that the wolves have been at least temporarily dissuaded. So, next roll is going to be Sarah making another control roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use another willpower.
Is there anything we can do to assist her in that? Or is it literally just down to her?
If you guys are welcome to pitch how you would do that.
Sure, I have an idea then. I'm going to kind of situate myself in my seat and look around, and I'll use my blessing of bravery and just. So, Shakespeare once said, "We know what we are, but know not what we may be." Let's find that out right now. Yeah, and get the blessing bravery that way, and so everyone in the car has an extra point of willpower and 2 temporary points in valor.
Very nice.
Coda is gonna get her phone out and start looking on like Google Maps to try to see like a good place that we can take them for safety. So she's kind of like getting the GPS ready for like us to head somewhere. I'm not sure what role that would be.
I'm going to say that is a wit and... do you have survival?
Yeah, I have 2 dots in survival.
Let's make that a wits and survival, and I will give you 2 extra dice because you guys spent time familiarizing yourself before this.
Copy.
What I will do as well while she's doing that is, much like police pursuit drivers actually have a spotter in the passenger seat, whereas the driver looks at the road immediately in front of them, the spotter looks way down the road at obstacles that are coming up. So I'm going to do effectively the same thing. I'm going to look down the road and give her information on what's kind of not in her immediate sort of purview, so that she's got information for when we get there.
Okay, that is a perception and awareness.
While he's doing that, I know I already did something, but I don't know if this counts as like a reaction or not. Also, it's wit, so it might not apply at all, but could I use my singing stone to help Coda out?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right, in that case, Coda gets 2 extra die.
Oh, sick.
7.
See, the rock is useful.
It is very useful. Okay, so that's 1 extra. So how many do you have total, Coda?
6, I believe.
So Coda's got 6, Kris has got 7.
What did Oliver's first thing that he did add to us?
You get 2 temporary points of valor and a point of willpower.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So then, yeah, still 6.
Okay. Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
You have an extra 6 dice. 3 from Kris helping you to figure out how to drive without hitting anything, and 3 from Coda kind of navigating for you from the back seat. You also have the willpower and valor that Oliver gave you. And
Okay.
this is a control roll, a dex and control.
All right. See what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2,
Damn.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 successes.
Holy crap. Okay.
That is how we do it.
Nicely done.
The second Coda is in the car. Coda and Kris are in the car. You slam on the gas. And you whip the car around this first wolf that's in your way. You've got Kris calling out corners, calling out where cars are slightly not quite pulled in all the way. He's looking ahead. He's letting you know like when you've got turns coming and how hard the angle is going to be. You guys have rapidly become as well-oiled a machine as the car you are driving. Sarah, you've never felt quite so much like you were a part of something before. And it's like you enter like a whole different like zone. You've heard of people talking about how weapons feel like a part of their arm, like an extension of their arm. The car feels like a part of you. And you guys fly around corners. You're darting in and out of buildings. Kris manages to spot 2 or 3 wolves as they try to jump at you from like side streets, which gives you the ability to dodge or swerve around them. You've never driven like this in your life. Like earlier you were impressed with yourself, but now you're very impressed with yourself. Lily and Lucas are losing their minds. They're screaming in the back seat, but they're safe. For the moment. Okay, hold on one sec. I'm so sorry. Big cough. Okay. I would like, we're going to do at least one more round of ability checks, skill checks, whatever. To see how far you guys can get away. And that may be enough to get you guys out of harm's immediate way, or it may just be enough to get you slightly further. You guys very rapidly realize as Sarah is driving that there are a lot more wolves here than there were that came for you guys. Like you guys are seeing them jump off of buildings, round corners. It's like there's an army and they're coming from all directions. So, Sarah just went, which means that we have Kris, Oliver, and Coda first.
So the same thing again, same dice roll.
If you would like to do the same thing, or you can change. That is up to you.
No, gonna keep doing the same thing.
She's still doing the same thing.
Okay. Make your dice rolls then.
Same amount.
Oliver, are you gonna do the same thing for Coda this time?
If I can, as like sort of a reactionary thing, but as like my true main thing since last time I used Blessing of Bravery, I'll kind of do kind of what Kris is doing as well, helping point out things, but then also use War Master's Sight to buff that command.
Okay. Make your roll.
I got 5.
Okay. And Coda gets how many extra dice? Because you have your reaction with the stone?
2.
2.
All right, then I will improve my command roll by 2 as well. Spending 2 points of legend.
So just 4 success this time.
3 successes on my command roll.
And how many for Kris?
5.
5. Okay. Sarah, you get... I'm doing math, I'm sorry. 3 extra dice this time.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 4. I miscounted. That was my fault.
Then I will use another willpower to get those valor dice.
Okay.
You said 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, another 9. Give me money. Okay, 3 this time.
Okay. It's not enough to get you guys completely out of harm's way, but you managed not to crash into anything or to end up having to tangle directly with a particular wolf. But they are closing. You guys can almost feel, it's almost like a noose that you guys can feel tightening around you. They are very much utilizing pack tactics.
Idea. Roll the windows down. If we're going to use those vials, I think we should do them now. Wait until I say, and then we'll disperse them at different points in different directions. Hopefully confuse them in a wide net, give us a chance to slip away.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And that's basically what I'll do this time, kind of let Sarah drive as she's like winding, going through different paths. As I see like an alleyway coming up, I'll be like, now, have someone throw one, and then keep doing that in like different locations. So
we're going to make this an intelligence and command roll. I'm not going to make anybody else roll to do the throw. This is all 100% hinging on your ability to tell them when to do it, when they need to.
In that case, so intelligence and command, you said?
Yes.
All right.
And because you are utilizing your epic intelligence right now, I'm not going to allow you to use a reaction.
Yeah, I don't think I can even use it all myself.
Well, no, I mean, if other people are doing intelligence-based things.
Gotcha. Would my intellect virtue apply to this?
Which one, or what do you have?
I just have a virtue that it's called intellect, and I have 4 dots in it.
Yeah, we'll say so.
Okay. How many extra die will that give me? 4, or is it?
Oh goodness.
Sorry, this is my bad.
No, it's okay. I have to remember how all of these things work. I believe it gives you 4. Yes.
Okay.
We'll just we'll say for the sake of tonight, yes, because I don't want to look it up.
And I will spend another 2 legend points to give myself more. So I'm rolling a lot of dice here.
Holy shit.
1. 8
Dang,
successes.
14.
Actually, wait, no, 10 successes because automatic successes.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah. You guys listen to Oliver as he gives the directive. I'm gonna say that somebody else probably throws for him because somebody else probably has a stronger throwing arm.
I'll basically toss mine to Kris.
And they nail exactly where Oliver wants them to. We will see how effective that is later, but they definitely end up where you want them to end up. And you're pretty sure that you've picked the ideal places.
Great.
Kris and Coda, what would you guys like to do? You're still doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Right. We just did that. Okay. So that's 14. Sarah got how many successes?
Total between the 2 checks?
Between the last, on the last check.
That was 1. It was 5. 4. Sorry, 4.
Okay. You guys managed to avoid most of the wolves. You are whipping around corners. You're going down side streets. Coda and Kris, they very rapidly realize that the straightest shot that they had is not going to work. There's too many wolves. It seems like they may have figured out the layout of this place too. They are coming from the places you would expect to go if you needed to make the fastest getaway. So you figure out relatively quickly that you're going to have to take side streets and whatever. And Coda, makes very quick work out of mapping out this new route. And Kris is doing a fantastic job of guiding you. But what ends up kind of saving you in this particular stretch of the run is that you guys toss these vials at a moment where a cloud passes over the moon, and at a moment where a cloud passes over the moon and everything goes really, really dark, is when Coda has Sarah whip around a corner and kill her lights, which casts you guys into darkness. And that's shortly after you guys threw the vials. And you guys are given a few moments of blessed, I don't want to say peace, because you can still hear them and you know that they're still out there. But definitely a big chance to pull ahead as they seem to get confused by the sudden influx of scent. And the fact that they have lost sight of you as you fly down a side street in the dark. Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a roll for me, please.
That I shall do.
Perception and occult.
Okey-dokey. Two successes.
Okay. As soon as you realize that there is some distance between you and your pursuers, you feel yourself. You feel like something is pulling at you, but it's not physical. And you glance down, and there is a fate thread, and you've seen it coming off of you before. It's not new, but it is extending off into the distance. And you know this is as like a very thin fate thread that ties you to Nett. And you really try to stay present and cognizant so that you can help your friends. But you're just not able to stop it before your eyes roll back in your head. And you suddenly are somewhere else. Heretic.
Hello.
Stefan, would you like to describe to him what he is seeing?
Indeed. You are currently, it seems like you've transitioned deeper into the city. To a more rundown, less populated area. However, this night it is populated by at least 30 wolves. And within the large sort of sea of fur and teeth is one very distinct figure. Nat, cleaving her way through quite a few Fenris wolves. However, you would also see a man that you've seen before with a quite interesting looking handkerchief. I assume trying to calm Nat down.
It's more that he is that Karim is shouting like battlefield commands. But Nett does not seem to be doing a very good job of listening.
Indeed. You would also see a man described to you through your friend, Kris, who is both hurling rocks at the two Scions below, as well as seemingly not very interested in the going-on of this current battle. he would can Oliver hear through the vision?
Yes.
All right. Oliver would hear the man yell to Nett, seemingly beginning to apologize. It doesn't sound very genuine, but he is clearly trying to draw the attention of the Scion.
It takes a moment. Nett is very intent on killing as many of these things as she can, and she is doing a very good job considering the size difference. She's taking off heads. She pulls out she has this long, it almost looks like a saber, but it's not quite as curved as a saber would be. For those of you who are at home, it's a Da Dao sword. It's a Chinese sword. It's long and it's curved towards the end. And it looks really heavy. And that's in one hand. And in the other hand is this, is the shotgun. And occasionally she will put the shotgun like on the arm that's holding the sword. And she'll move it like she's cocking it. And you guys will hear a massive rumble of thunder. And then she'll take the gun and she'll point it into the maw of one of these wolves, and she'll pull the trigger, and there will be lightning that cracks at the same time. And she is a whirlwind. She's an absolute monster. But she is outnumbered. And when this man calls out to her, it takes a moment before her head kind of snaps up and she focuses on him. And Oliver, you see her do the same thing that you saw Kris do outside of the apartment complex, but instead of kind of jumping forward, she's jumping upward towards him. And is blade is up, gun is pointed, and just pure murder and rage in her eyes. Go ahead, Heretic.
Yeah. Seeing this, I think Stefan would back up into the building that he was, or back away onto the roof of the building he was staying on. Seeing as this battle has been drawn quite close. And he would, using flame, engage the woman known as Nett. And he would not do very well.
It is a flurry of blade and gun. After a while, Nett seems to kind of abandon the gun. Not so much that she drops it, but she like swings it towards her back, and it just ends up in the sheath in a very smooth motion while she's still attacking with the sword. And the two get locked into close combat. And for a moment, you're sure that you're about to watch Nett murder somebody. He is outclassed by the woman who has closed on him. And she is yelling at him in just pure rage, and in a language that, I mean, you understand all languages, so at first you don't realize that she's not speaking English. But then you realize that she is shouting in Chinese, calling him a coward, laying the blame for Moira's death at his feet, and is just unleashing all hell on him, to the point where you could see that he is very wounded and very, very bloody, and looks like there's no way that he can continue.
Yeah. Oliver is smart and quite observant, I'd say, with his one eye.
Very.
And he would pretty quickly realize that many of the Fenris wolves begin to clear the area away from this building. Of course, Through a vision, it's clear to see your surroundings. Through bloodlust and a winning battle, it is not. And at the final stroke of what would be the end of this combat, the building very simply erupts into a massive fireball.
And you see flame engulf Nett. You hear her scream, and then you're back in your body.
And I'll look up.
Sarah is still driving out of the city, but it seems like you guys are out of the worst of the danger.
I'll look to Coda. Coda, I saw something.
Yeah, I think we all just saw something like the crazy wolves and stuff.
No, I saw something.
I apologize. I should have mentioned this at the time. You guys all hear just before Oliver starts talking. You guys hear an explosion in the distance.
Gotcha.
And that's when Oliver says, I just saw something.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with that explosion that just happened?
I'm gonna blink and look to them all. I'm sorry. It was them, the others. The man Stefan, he played tricky, and the explosion went off and got them. I didn't see what happened to Karim, but I don't think Nett survived.
God damn it.
There was a lot of wolves there. They started clearing out right before the explosion went off. Best guess is they're out looking for us. Sarah, I advise you keep driving.
How are you two doing back there? She'll say to the twins.
What is going on? And that's Lily.
We felt the same way you did. Once we get what we're supposed to get you, we can explain some things. You have a lot of questions. We had a lot of questions. We still have a lot of questions, but we know a good bit. I'm just gonna rub my forehead.
Yep, Sarah will keep driving on, and she'll probably turn the radio up to distract everyone once they get far enough away from all the noise.
Okay. You guys are a good 15, 20 minutes outside of the town when Karim, who would you call?
I guess I'd probably call Coda because she's, I don't know, closest to Nett.
Okay, Coda, your phone rings. And it's Karim's number.
Gonna look at it for a bit and kind of sigh and then pick up and go, yeah.
Coda.
You can hear a car roaring in the distance, like a car engine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, Karim doesn't sound like he's smiling right now, which is very unusual. Coda, where are the rest of you?
She'll kind of lean out and look at roughly like a street thing that we're on and go, we're safe. We're heading out of the area.
Are the twins with you?
Yeah, they are.
And the apples?
Yep.
All right. We'll be there in about 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere unless you're sure that you're being followed.
We?
Yes, Nett and I, we had a bit of an...
Explosion?
Oh, you heard about that, yes.
Yeah, Oliver saw it all. She's okay, right? She's not like,
Well, she's alive, but...
Oh my god, okay. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, we'll,
But we've spent all of the apples that she's kept on her, and she's in dire need of more. So we're on our way.
Okay. I'll let the group know. I'm sorry, this is really random. Where was the first place you guys took us? Just so I know this is not like a guest sign or like a villain who stole your body and is trying to corner us into a trap or something.
The first...
It was Nett's house.
Yeah. Listen, I'm obviously... So I sound like I'm flustered and distracted caring for Nett. Honestly, I can't think of anything else right now. I just lost my best friend, and I'm about to lose Nett if you don't get here really fast, or if we don't come over there really fast. So honestly, I can't remember where it is, the first place that...
Okay.
It was in DC, wasn't it? I think we met in DC.
Okay. Cool. All right, we'll see you soon then. Take care. And she'll hang up.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna... Just hearing Coda's side of the conversation, or did she have it on speaker?
Yeah, she would put it on speaker.
All right. So, what we know, based on what I saw, is that they were facing Kris's brother, someone we know to be a Scion of Loki, the god of trickery. I don't know if that was actually Karim.
Yeah. Yeah, neither do I. Because didn't we meet in Baltimore?
We met in Baltimore.
Why don't you phone Karim back?
Phone him
Would
back.
anyone like to try to make, like, I don't know, an empathy roll to see if they could figure out if he sounded genuine?
Yeah. I mean, I don't got much in that. But yeah, sure.
I'm
I do,
pretty-
yeah.
I'm pretty good with empathy, so I can try it.
Wits and empathy.
What's
I'll give it a
empathy?
try.
That's 6 for me.
6 for me as well.
5.
2.
Coda is not sure. Coda is like, this is sus as shit. But those of you who got 5 and 6, it was Karim. He sounded like a man who is doing too many things at once and facing potentially losing yet another person who means the world to him. He just has too much on his mind to be able to keep all of the details straight of, like, where he met people that he's met and spoken to like 3 times.
It's a gamble, but there was a certain level of desperation there that I don't know if one could fake.
And don't forget, adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
Right.
It is. I know. I'm just being sure.
No, you did the
He also
smart
knew about
thing.
the apples.
Yes. I was concerned that maybe this Stefan wanted the apples for some nefarious reason, but yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, that was out of character.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
That was
There-
me as the GM
Yeah.
reminding you
Nett's
that he
voice
knew
just
about
comes
the
from nowhere and
apples.
says that. Is also assuming what Stefan said was true, that he knows where we are at all times. It wouldn't really matter too much, would it, if even it was him? But that being said, assuming we get there first, I think it would still be wise to take some precautionary measures, just in case whoever does arrive isn't actually Karim and Nett. I'm willing to take a gambit that it is, but still, safety first.
Well, I could probably tell by saying that they're lying. I mean, it would not be the kindest thing to do, but at least we would know the truth.
We would.
mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they can understand if we're a bit hesitant, especially after I saw Nett get engulfed in a fiery inferno that I assume would have killed her on the spot. But Scions are tough.
And they
So-
fed her the apples, and she just needs more.
Right.
Well, they'll be here soon, hopefully.
It doesn't take long for Nett's car to whip around a corner. You guys see Karim in the driver's seat, which, from what you guys have known of Nett, would never happen if Nett could drive.
Splendid. Y'all are here. Okay, so Nett is in a really bad way in the back seat. Karim sort of looks in the window of the back seat of your car and sees the twins just absolutely losing their minds.
They're a little wide-eyed and shell-shocked, yeah.
Yeah. And he tries to calm himself down and resume his usual perpetual smile and saying, "Hi kids, things aren't usually this bad. You caught us on a busy night." And he resumes his seriousness and tells Coda, "Nett's in the backseat if you want to see her. Get her the apples if you can wake her up."
I have the apples. I believe they were handed to me, so I will
They were.
go with Coda. But
Oliver and Coda get to the car. Nett is laying under what you very quickly realize is Karim's jacket. You don't see much left of her clothing. Her skin looks like it looks like somebody who has gotten like 2nd-degree burns. But it looks like it's still actively healing. And you very quickly, like, Coda, can you make me like a medicine check or something? Do you have medicine?
Funnily enough, she does have medicine. She just has like dots in science and animals.
Let's go with science. Science is good enough.
Okay.
Int and science, and if Oliver would like to help you, he is welcome to.
I have
Science
one
and
dot
what?
in medicine.
Science and intelligence.
Okay.
No. I mean by using your epic intelligence. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll use the singing stone to give her 2 auto successes.
I have a dot in medicine as well.
Yeah, but you've used your dot to keep her alive. Like that, you're the reason she's still breathing. I'm trying to give Coda a chance to see just how bad this is.
Got it.
This isn't a can Coda give her the apples? She can give her the apples. Does Coda realize how bad this is? So that's 2, 4 plus 2 autos.
No, sorry, I was mistaken. It's not 2 autos. She gets an additional 2 die to the pool. That's my bad.
Okay. Do you need to roll 2 more dice?
Oh no, that's including the 2 that I rolled.
Okay, so you have 4. Do you have any epic intelligence?
No.
Okay.
What's yes?
With 4, it looks like she's been healing for a while. Like this is somebody who got some nasty burns but is on their way to getting better. But you can hear her breathing is raspy and labored. She is unconscious. And considering how long ago the explosion was, which was not long at all, you're guessing that the apples are the only reason she's alive right now. And Karim did say that he went through all of the ones that she kept. She gave you guys the bulk of what she had. She only had 3 for herself. She told you guys that 3 would be enough to pull somebody back from the brink. He's had to use, or one full one would be enough to pull somebody back from the brink. He gave her 3, and she's still not even awake.
Oof.
Right. She's unconscious. I don't know how we're going to get her to ingest this unless we can mash it up and kind of applesauce it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can figure something out.
That's kind of what Karim was doing. Was like feeding her the juices and like basically the pulped mess that he could create with it.
I imagine we don't have like a pestle mortar around, but
Coda's very strong.
Yeah, you could probably crush with your bare hands. But I was going to suggest if we really want to refine it, is maybe if you have, it's part of those like kits for your marijuana where you can like grind it, right?
Yeah,
I
have a grinder. Yes.
Yeah, we put small slices in that and maybe really refine it down so we can get her as much as possible. Juices included.
I'll do that. And she's very carefully doing it and like looking at her, but then also trying to focus on this, and like her hands are shaking a little bit while doing this. But yeah, she does it for sure.
And I'll just sort of be there as a sort of calming and in a inspiring presence, kind of help her stay steady. But like a hand on her shoulder when it's needed, give a few words, just anything to help her kind of remain calm in the situation.
Okay. In the other car, Lily is at the point where the initial shock has started to wear off, and is just like sobbing uncontrollably into like a combination of her brother's shoulder and Kris's shoulder. her brother has that look on his face like he is only calm because she's not. But it takes a while for you guys to grind down, and it takes 2 more apples before Nett's eyes kind of flutter. Her hair is mostly gone. What's left is badly singed. There's not a lot left of it. But her eyes kind of flutter open. And she sort of blinks up at Coda. Oh, fuck, did you die too?
No, but in a way, yes.
Are you in
but
the
no.
underworld? I swear to God, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm not in the underworld. We brought you back. Well, Karim and
Karim,
Oliver
is he alive? Is he okay?
Yeah, he brought you to us, and we've kind of been mashing and making applesauce for you to bring you back. Well, you're I thought you said like you wouldn't be going out in like flames of glory or something like that.
I didn't mean to. That was a fucking trap.
While this is happening, I'm going to slowly fade out of the conversation so that I am no longer there and giving them privacy.
Okay. Are the twins, the babies, they're okay?
Mm-hmm. Karim is putting on the hi. Welcome to the end and the beginning of your new lives.
Oh, okay.
But they're fine. Raz, but fine. How are you?
I'm alive.
You are.
That motherfucker.
I don't know if this is the time to say it, but you're looking kind of hot. You get it?
Smart ass.
But so you should I mean, like, I haven't known you long, but like, I was like upset, and well, not like upset, but like you scared me. I thought this was it, and like, I mean, wow, like I just met you, and like
so as you are babbling, she reaches up and puts a hand on the back of your neck and pulls you down and kisses you.
She'll do it. She'll kiss.
And after a moment, she'll kind of let you go. Okay. It's good to be alive.
Yeah.
Next time, I'll buy you dinner and do this the right way. Less explosions, hopefully.
I hope it's not McDonald's, like your parent took you out for.
Hey, I was 13. McDonald's was the best place he could have taken me.
You're right.
And she kind of like sits up, and there's this moment where she kind of awkwardly shifts Karim's jacket around so that it wraps up around her so that she's got some coverage.
Oh, right.
No, it's fine. You don't actually see anything. Like, you catch like some side boob, but that's about it. And she just sort of like wraps it around herself and zips it up really fast. Ow. Getting blown up hurts.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oliver saw all of it, or most of it at the very least. I guess it was pretty badass. But, I'm not really a fan of... Well, there's not many people I care about, but I'm not really a fan of people I care about kind of go, like, dying and stuff. So maybe, like, ease up on that.
Sorry, Mom.
Ugh.
didn't do it on purpose. I got him in my sights and couldn't see anything else. All I could see was Moira's body.
Well, while I get that, maybe the next time you feel that way, see me instead. And see you eating burgers and smoking from your vape and being with Damien and saving other scared kiddos that's out there. See the living.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
Cool. And she'll just sit with her.
You guys have a nice quiet moment in the backseat of this car while she's starting to recover. She ends up kind of fishing her vape out of the front seat where it got tossed with the rest of her birthrights that Karim scooped up when he saved her as the building was collapsing around them. And she ends up taking long drags and just sort of sitting there with her head on your shoulders. Do the rest of you want to talk about anything before we wrap it up?
As I step back over to the car, and I imagine I would have noticed this in the car previously as well, does my stone sing at all when in the presence of the twins?
No.
Okay. That crosses that off the list. But yeah, I'll step back over.
Does anybody here have the thing that lets them smell other scions?
No.
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 Does Karim have that?
I'm just checking. I have awareness and prophecy.
No, that's not the same thing. There's a specific knack that allows you to do it.
Then no.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, none of you have any idea what pantheon they're from.
Right. So as I step back over, she's doing far better. We fed her the apple. She and Coda are conversing. Coda's the closest thing we have to a doctor, so I'll let her attend to that. I'm going to turn to Karim on this one. Should we start informing them now, or wait, or...
Karim, they have not had their visitations yet. So it is probably best not to give them the whole shtick. Basically, they are... You could give them some idea that those wolves were after them because of some family drama, and that's kind of the best they can do.
I think that these kids, have had enough for tonight. We'll fill them in later on. Once they have their visitation, they'll be in a better place to sort of understand what's gone on these past few nights. It's important that they recognize that they're in danger and that we're here to help, but that's all they need to know for now.
You do know that they are probably going to get their visitations very soon, because it's kind of the only way to give them a fighting chance. But until they have it, you probably shouldn't indulge too much information.
Tonight, I think we've all had a long night.
That we certainly have.
For one thing, I lost my suit, and I nearly lost my best friend. Again.
Well, at least one disaster was avoided.
So being that motherfucker said that he can find us wherever we go, where do you suggest we go this evening?
Karim, there are places that are magically protected from scrying and things like that. You personally don't know of how he could potentially be finding somebody anywhere they go, but it's possible. There's a lot of stuff out there that even with your experience, you don't know enough about.
Do I know a place nearby where everybody would be relatively safe?
Well, Damon's place is an option, though it is like 3 hours away. There are some places that you know of that have terra incognita tied to them, but they're not. They'll be safe from anyone in this reality, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the reality that you're going to is the safest place.
Well, guys, we have a few options. We could keep going, venturing on. I know that there are some places nearby that will be sheltered from the dangers that you've just experienced, but they might be present where you're going anyway. Or we could go back to, Damon's Grove.
It's less that the dangers will follow or be the same, and more that, terra incognita could either be completely mundane and have very little in the way of threats, or they could be extremely dangerous, and it's kind of a toss-up.
Right. I'm just thinking that if they just came from Damon's place and go back to it, then that, former sanctuary might be compromised.
Potentially. You can't be sure. You do know that Nett and several other Scions were paid very, very well by Damon to make that place extremely hard to find unless he wants you to find it.
Yeah, but I do know that there are specific, the threat that was made was that Stefan could find them wherever.
In theory, he could find you wherever. You don't personally know of any gifts that would allow for that, but that doesn't necessarily mean... It doesn't necessarily mean that they don't exist, is kind of my point. Like, you don't personally have that knowledge, but you know enough to know that you don't know everything.
Let's see.
Thinking about it,
there is also the possibility of just going into the heart of Atlanta, because it's really hard to pull off the kind of assault that he would need to take on all of you in the middle of one of the biggest cities in the US. Like, if you guys are downtown in Atlanta in a hotel, he would be very hard pressed to actually wage an actual attack.
Oh, that'll be probably what I'll suggest. I'll have sort of mundane criminal and spy contacts in a major metropolitan area.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, have you guys ever been to Coca-Cola World?
No.
I can't say I have.
Well, we're going to, the Atlanta Strip. We're going downtown. You guys are going to rest in a 4-star hotel, courtesy of the Iranian government.
If it's safe.
It's
safer than most other options.
It's the best we can hope for right now.
All right, then.
All right. You all pile into respective cars. I'm going to assume that Coda hangs out with Nett and Karim in Nett's car.
Mm-hmm.
Nett is not driving because even though she is awake and cognizant, she is still in a lot of pain and kind of in and out. Did you throw away all of your pot, Coda?
Oh, no.
Okay. That she is probably going to ask for a couple of hits, which will help mellow her out and help with the pain. As she just sort of cuddles against you. And you all follow Karim to Coca-Cola World and a very nice hotel.
As we're driving, I do want to sort of give a light kind of punch on Sarah's shoulder. Nice driving back there. You did a great job.
Thanks. I don't think I have ever felt my heart actually jump out of my throat before, but that was it.
I
Well-
have, is what you get from Lily in the back seat. She still sounds freaked out.
You're right. I'm sorry, Lily. I know this is a lot to take in. It was a lot taken for us, but we'll get you up to speed eventually. If it makes you feel any better, your situation went far better for you than it did for us.
I mean, apart from me jumping off the balcony with you, I'm sorry about that.
Well, even that went very well.
I mean, we didn't die, and nobody broke anything, so I guess it could have been worse.
Yeah.
One better than us.
How the hell are you so strong?
I drink iron brew.
I don't know what that is.
It's made in Scotland from girders.
Oh, okay. I'm not old enough to drink yet.
Okay.
Lucas
Don't
is
worry.
like, not that that has ever stopped us.
Oh, I was about to say, well, there ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Oh, I've had students say that to me a million times.
You all follow along having this conversation. The twins are freaked out, but eventually Lily and Lucas kind of start to drift off. They're clinging to each other in the backseat. But after the worst of the adrenaline is gone, and they realize that they're not going to be eaten by a truck-sized monster wolf, they kind of pass out. You guys arrive at this hotel. It's very nice, very upscale. Several rooms are purchased. Karim seems to have some sort of political connections. And then you guys are able to get your rooms for the night, and that is where we are going to call it. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We hope to see you again next week as we continue our story. Have a lovely evening.